Okay. Well, person T. Uh, okay, that should look better. And oh, I need to get the volume mixer. All right. Well, gotta turn the game on. Load game. Okay. Oh yeah, we're using a fan translation.
Hello.
Hello. You see the game?
Oh, Dragon Quest 3.
Yep, we're doing it.
Oh, which version?
SNES.
Uh,
This intro is actually kind of important. Yeah, I can't hit a button or it'll skip it.
yeah.
Oh, actually, gotta share the video with people.
Well, were we not? Were we not streaming?
I am streaming,
Uh,
but you know.
I don't know.
You know, what's a better time to do Dragon Quest than after the bastard's death?
The bastard's death.
Yep, the music guy who sucks.
Oh yeah, the music. Yeah, the fascist music man, who sucks. Yeah, I'm very glad that so many people are like, yeah, no, this guy sucks ass. That's very cool and sexy of Dragon Quest fans to be like, good riddance to this asshole. Sorry, there's a cat that was jumping on my lap after getting on my desk and then onto my lap. But yeah, I. All right, I I see the character design Akira uh, Toriyama
Yeah,
on the
gonna
YouTube
be a
and hearing
bit.
voices. Hey cat, get off of my PC. Get off my tower.
Yeah, I had to put cans on my tower to prevent my cat from getting on it.
Yeah, it's like there's some ow. There is some like holes on the top of it, for air ventilation. I'm like, please. And now she's swiping at me. I guess I had to kick her out of my room for now. She's decided she likes the warmth of the PC. All right, I'm able to scare her off from the tower with using a tissue box. So that's cool. Not cool, but glad that works.
Pro beans.
I should set my status to something.
I feel like I should reset this whole.
Some kind of dragon.
Yeah, and we got a person in chat. Akira Toriyama is that Goku guy, right? Saying no, well, it's that Goku guy.
Yeah, I think that's the Goku guy. Wait.
Yeah, he is that.
Designed the Dragon Quest characters as well as, being the artist of extremely long-running shonen manga Dragon Ball. And you look at the two art styles and you go, oh, of course it is, because they're identical.
Yeah.
So this intro is important. Pay attention
Way
to it.
back in the Dr. Slump days, he made a gag about how an impersonation plot by one of the characters only works because you can only actually draw 4 faces. And it's like he barely improved since, not to knock his art style, that's how he draws.
Yeah. Also, yeah, the original was in the NES, not the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Now that I think about it, because I don't remember me playing Dragon Quest, it looking like this.
Take us our only hope.
You're having reverse nostalgia where you remember things being worse than they were.
Yes, actually, it's funny. It's great. I love it.
Anytime you remember 8-bit consoles, it turns out no, they were full 3D.
Time for Ortega's journey is finally come nigh.
Yeah, I slept 3 hours last night, so if I start saying bizarre stuff like that, I am sorry. I'd have a nap just before the stream, but it doesn't really help that much.
That's more than fair. I know I haven't really eaten a meal since breakfast, so oops. Eh.
Yeah, put the pin in that conversation.
Yes,
Just
that one
happened.
is actually very important.
And now the game is playing.
Huh. This is a change from the NES. You just hear about oh, your father Ortega, went on the journey and only
Oh
through the
man,
game
this
thing.
dungeon. Oh man. Don't know if I
Oh,
can
wow.
take this
Chill,
dungeon.
don't tell.
Oh boy, a boss. Time to rest in town.
You know what? I can't believe you're going through the game so so fast, Dark.
A warrior by the king
Yeah.
fainted.
Haunted game, but it just plays for itself before you can actually get out of the intro.
That'd be funny.
And it's
God.
is this evil? The
Kyle Hess
the-
says, I also remember an important quote, don't worry, I'm used to disappointment, I'm a Gohan fan.
oh, no.
Ah, poor, poor Toriyama of just, I'm gonna end my series or pass, the torch along to a different character and just that never gets to happen. It's just
Yeah.
always in the shadow.
Shonen Jump editors going, no, no, no. You have to pass the torch back to Goku because he's the only character people like.
I like the
Yeah, it was set up perfectly to actually have that handoff, but no, people like Goku exactly as he was in the original Dragon Ball, so he has to be the main character and isn't allowed to change.
Also, this
I don't
this
know.
sure
He's
is a
still.
fight.
Yeah, this is a.
Yeah, no, nothing else in the game is like this, by the way.
I can't believe he has a
Yeah.
fucking arm blaster. I'm sorry, but yeah, no, Goku doesn't really get to change. I never really thought about before because I haven't
It
watched
is-
Dragon Ball in years, but yeah.
Gohan is like me in that we both peaked at the age of 11 and it was all downhill from there. Oh,
That's kind of weird.
it
Anyway,
is kind of depressing to hear, Kyle.
But sometimes I know that feeling, especially growing up. It's like, oh, you're gifted, talented. It's like, no, I'm not. I just have special interest in some like math courses or whatever at times. And then it's
it's getting late. Is there any news about what happened to Ortega? Sorry,
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry to say this.
And there was no sign of Ortega. Really, the Ortega must have fallen. Oh, his poor family who are standing right there. I don't know how to say this, but your husband, I'm truly sorry. I
I
heard.
don't know how to say this. Chi-Chi, Gohan. Goku is dead.
I'd love to
It's time for
Again.
good.
help read some of this, but you kept interrupting me trying to read, and then just kept going.
I mean, the game
I love our.
keeps going.
Oh, the game keeps
I tried.
going. Oh,
Huh.
I-
Child, you say.
you know, child is one word short from child soldier. No, I'm joking. I mean, that is something that's interesting to think about. How like you kind of accidentally get that in a lot of media.
Create
like-
adventure log.
Yay! Like kind of focus on like children, where it's like you have like a small child going out and going on big adventures, but then like half the time it's like wait, they were sent. They're kind of effectively a child mercenary. Like whoops.
Yeah, we can get the whole thing in there this time.
Nice.
No, we're going
Ooh,
to.
gender.
Oh, nice. You actually get. I
So you
don't
don't
remember
have
if
to
the
be
NES
Gohan.
gave you the option to
You can
not be
be-
Gohan.
You joke
I
about
was gonna say
us
Pan.
being
That's so
Gohan.
correct.
You joke about us being Gohan, but Dragon Quest V was really Gohan. The main
Yeah.
character, that is.
Yeah.
For like all of the praise we can give Akira Toriyama, being able to draw more than 4 character faces is not a thing he does for a long time.
Find out what kind of person you are. Now answer me
Oh.
honestly.
Ooh,
So guess what? This is a
personality quiz.
personality test.
Can we fail?
No.
And it's
Well,
just
we
like
can get a
game
bad
quiz.
personality that
Yeah,
sucks.
Yeah, I asked because in Kingdom Hearts, you don't really fail, but you can set
That would be
yourself
so
up for
funny
failure.
to have a personality test start the game and you just get a failing grade and kicked out.
Yeah, I mean, in Kingdom Hearts, it's more like one of the things can like that you would have no idea about.
Absolutely screw yourself over in the first
Yeah.
5 minutes of Kingdom Hearts and never know. Because it
Yeah.
doesn't actually have the options labeled. It just goes, okay, pick one of 2 items.
Or it's
One-
like
yeah,
or like 5 that.
and these determine the entire course of the game, and you're not given any indication what the options mean.
Yeah. All right, let's continue.
So here's the thing. I do want to go for the most optimal personality,
Oh.
But here's the thing. Let's I want to see what personality we come up with first. That's why I made the save state. But we
Watch it assign us in J.
yeah. Let me know your real name. Man, wonder how many kids.
Tell me the true digits on front of credit card, 3 digits on back.
Ah,
Yeah, these don't affect anything.
nah,
Yeah.
Leo.
Can't help being a Leo.
Okay.
Did I score?
Don't think too much about the right answer. Just give me a quick and honest answer. Make it easier for me to learn about your personality.
Personality.
Yes. Do you consider the sun to be the king of nature?
Yeah. King isn't the word I would use, but I mean, yeah. I mean, the entire solar
Sure.
system revolves around the sun, literally and figuratively. So yeah, sure.
Do you think you dream a lot?
Yeah.
You ever had a dream that someone was chasing you?
Yeah.
Don't seem like personality
Yeah.
test questions.
There better not be a lyric selection question. I hate
Do-
those.
Do random strangers bore you when they start talking to you?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just like, yeah, I totally know, or I'm totally good with small talk. Thanks.
Do you believe that fortune tellers can predict the future?
I mean, we've had random. No, this is all right. This is kind of pedantic, but like we've had various posts on Tumblr predict the future for various things so far. So I don't know how to like. They weren't trying to tell the future though. Was the thing? They were just like
Words
making a joke.
prophets are written on subway walls.
True, and it's like, does that? I get, would that count as a fortune teller? Because I feel like
Kyle,
this
it
keeps
decides
happening.
what house we get put into in a magical school, but all of them are terrible, so it doesn't matter.
If you were reborn, would you prefer to be part of a royal family?
No, royals.
Yeah, no. I mean, negative.
Do you find it hard to refuse people's requests?
Sometimes, yeah. That's why.
They decide your stats, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you tend to
They decide
daydream or
if the
space
creator
out
of
a
the
lot?
game personally would hate you, and if they do, it puts it in hard mode.
Do you tend to
Yeah,
daydream or
Kingdom
space out
Hearts
a
is
lot?
sword, shield, staff selection, and it is possible to make the game so much more difficult and not know that you've done it, because there's no indication that this is actually selecting the difficulty.
I would select, my answer for this would be yes, if everyone's cool with that. Yeah, I do tend to space out a lot.
I mean, we have not focused on this quiz at all the whole time we've been doing it, so
I've been
sure.
focusing on
If I could grant you just one wish, would you be able to decide what it would be right now?
Obviously.
There's. Oh, sure. Yeah, I was about to say there's so many things I'd want to happen. I mean, it'd be hard to get them all in one wish, but I feel like, yeah, sure. There's one simple one.
Slams down the entire legal contract, which is technically one wish that has everything. Like, if you've ever played D&D, you have that contract written up.
God.
I think I understand your personality now. Let's see how you do with this.
Select a lyric that makes you go feral.
You have.
I love
You have the
taking
cat
new
girl
quizzes,
personality.
but I also hate exactly those questions and none of the others.
You come
Yeah.
here just to take the exam? Me too. When I'm up here, it feels entirely different. You think I should turn back? Yeah, I didn't think so either. What going to leave damn corner line behind me.
Oh, suicide
Get it
tower.
out. Will it be yes or no? Finally, I'm going to test my courage. If I can do this, sir, surely I'll be able to do anything.
Good luck, bunny girl. Don't die,
Yeah.
please.
Oh yeah, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon quizzes. I never played the games.
You taking
I
a
never
quiz
got
just
the
to get
chance.
Eevee and going, well, I have to be a girl to get Eevee. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, and not realizing what that meant.
What should we say to this person?
Even if I prefer, it doesn't mean anything if I'm
What
dead,
kind
right?
of Pokemon are you? How do you do?
I mean, yeah, it's hard to be courageous when you're a corpse or falling off a. I mean,
That's true.
it doesn't matter. I mean,
Pokemon are you?
my thing is, yes. What's yours?
Taking
Anyone
balls
disagree
and
with
attack
that?
like a Jigglypuff against ghosts and can't go to battles real time. Try your luck with a muck against poison cat.
I guess Mary doesn't disagree.
What about you, Dark?
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything if you're dead.
I think we should stop this and go back.
Kyle kept retaking to get
Want
Cyndaquil.
to turn back, eh?
It's good to have
Oh.
a favorite.
No.
No? Yes,
No,
we
I feel
should.
like there's probably some safety thing or whatever we're not saying, so like, it's probably fine.
Okay.
It's just that guy's kind
Well,
of like
carry
freaking
on.
out.
Surely I can't. Sorry, I'll come back.
You leave and control switches to Bunny Girl.
Nice.
Heave ho! Now went Mary.
My way, I'm about to get it. My identity has been stolen.
Oh no! Goodness.
Alright, let's do it!
Also, I forgot that by this point, that the strong men have their like set identity in the whole series of they have to wear that mask. If you're beefy enough, it's just you don't get a choice. You have to dress like that from now on.
Feel as though I know what kind of person you are now. You have a romantic personality.
Oh, cute.
Oh.
You are kind and casual around strangers, and people love you because of it. So worried about always being nice that you sometimes don't act like your true self. You imagine you're more outgoing and free-spirited than you actually are. You really ought to have more confidence in yourself. Yeah, let me check the personality stuff to see what stats that gives us. Let's see.
And yeah, you're right, Kyle. It is like government mandated himbo mask. It's pretty great. Like apparently, in the second Dragon Quest Builders, you can find one of those like beefy guys, but like they like lost their mask, and like they're Bishonen, and they speak eloquently. But then as soon as they get their mask on, they're like, oh, like, what's this? Like they just go back to that like speak, which I don't know when like Dragon Quest decided to go back to like we're gonna have some people we're gonna lay it thick with the accents, just like the Dragon Warrior games. Let's go.
So romantic, which is also called daydreamer in certain translations,
Sorry, I
Slightly-
just misheard you saying gay dreamer, and I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
slightly decreases strength and vitality, but increases agility and intelligence, and does not affect luck. So, but we can't have that. So,
'Cause it's not optimal.
the fact that there's an optimal personality
Yeah, it's
kind of blows.
kind
Like,
of sucks.
I feel like all
Or
personalities should have, benefits and like, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like setbacks and benefits to them, because that feels more in line with like how if you're gonna put personalities as a thing in your game, that feels more in line with it. Of there's like why not just have it feels weird if you had to go for the optimal personality type.
You want to know what's funnier? The optimal
What?
personality is gender locked.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
are we
What
more
gender
powerful
is it
because
locked
we're a
to?
girl?
girl, which is what we are, thankfully. But yeah,
We
that
have
sucks.
the girl boss personality.
Wait until you actually see it.
They all
Let's
have some.
proceed. Do you consider your
Yeah.
life to be boring?
Some stats matter more. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. In Dragon Quest 3, does the hero? Yeah, their class is just hero, right? They can't change it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So some stats do matter more, because, like, I know eventually the hero does get like some magic, but that's like way later. Like that's. So yeah, being more focused on strength would help out. Yeah, because unless this port has some weirdness going on, like from what I remember, there's no agility-based attacks. Like strength is what determines your like attack damage. Just
Consider life to be boring? I think no is what they want. That is. You help people in trouble.
I mean, this is Dragon Quest, so I assume that has to be like yes for optimal personality.
Prefer mountain life over life at sea? Simply.
So it's a character generation personality quiz, but it's just the wizard maze.
God, that'd be great.
200 questions.
Oh, did it wrong. Okay.
Oh. Whack.
Because the thing for the test is it uses a certain translation, so
Mm.
okay. Hmm? That's strange.
Huh.
Oh, is the personality test different in the fuck?
Different in what? Like the translation?
Well, is it different in the version you play? Like, are there certain questions that are added or not added?
Oh, you mean like PAL, the North American or Japanese?
More of SNES or GBA or
Oh,
Switch. So that is a version that exists.
Yeah. Well, like I was mentioning in the chat of just, it's a funny thing about like some RPGs just really treating like fighter classes terribly. Like early D&D was terrible with fight. You know, like wizards became like kind of like gods potentially in a lot of versions of D&D. But then like the wizards, like, well, they're not wizard fighter. I'm gonna go and hit a thing with my hurt stick.
Yeah, there's a hilarious history of D&D fighters not being worth playing. Because they just don't scale as well as wizards, because it's like, well, you've earned your fun by having less
Okay, that should be it.
instead of, balancing the game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's one thing I like about 4th edition is that it was like, oh, what if we actually built all the classes to like a similar standard?
Elsewhere, a woman's voice can be heard. Soon it will be mine.
Oh, she's cute.
Oh, there's,
Oh,
yeah.
the search. Oh, yeah, Dragon Age 3 still has the search function.
Yeah, but it's like way more mainstream, or streamlined. Why did I say
Yeah.
mainstream? Uh-oh. Your thoughts? My wife never lied to me.
King is one of those wife guys.
Yeah. Also, hello, NDT.
Testing. Can
Yep.
you hear me?
Yep, can
Yep.
you hear us?
Yep, yep.
Welcome to Dragon Quest 3.
Fun fact, first edition rogues could not deal backstab damage and had the same HP as wizards.
Yeah, at that point, I remember like the original DM's guide had advice basically saying, oh yeah, a level 1 wizard obsoletes a rogue. They have like knock, which opens any lock. They can have like spider climb, just climb any wall. And it's like, if the party are resting after every encounter, there's literally no drawbacks. That's what people did.
Goodness.
And this game is asking us to make a lot of choices.
Yeah, I mean, this is really cute though that it can branch out like this, but at the same time, it still bugs me that
I
there's
Don't
an
know how much
optimum
there actually
personality.
is. Yeah.
It's like,
I've told the story before of the manager who made us all
Okay.
take a personality quiz, like a Myers-Briggs one, so he could assign us to teams based on optimal personality matchups, and how he became obsessed with a team of 4 guys who were int J's, who all later turned out to be, defrauding the company. Were-
Well,
it's the whole thing that happened.
I feel so I know what kind of person you are now.
Yeah.
You got a dirty mind.
what?
This game has
As
your
I
number.
point out, you begin to blush.
What, us? A dirty mind?
Because of that, I suspect you must know that is this the truth. You just can't stop thinking about just guys? That's boring. Maybe you have
Can't
3
stop
types,
thinking
that's all.
about girls.
What?
Okay.
Wait, this is the optimal personality?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, you have to
Oh,
be
no.
boy crazy?
Okay, when you say optimal personality, you mean like in stats?
Yes. This determines
Where?
your stats, and apparently being a girl with a dirty mind and boy crazy is what is the optimal strategy for stat growth.
Oh god.
fairly
Master
carefree
Roshi.
individual, which is considered to be healthy.
We're Hatasai.
This is your
The
personality.
one I
What's the sage from Jiraiya? That's one from Naruto. I actually kind of hate that character arc. It's not even interesting.
God. Oh, and also,
But he must have been doing it for the optimal stats.
optimal stats.
By the way, how we got that personality was to get that scenario with the king. Oh, it's our 16th birthday, by the way.
Of course it is.
Wait, that was all character generation.
Yep.
Yeah.
To get the scenario with the king and then never disagree with him ever. That's how we got.
And of
Okay.
course, okay. So
don't know
base.
how that
So if I
follows.
understand this correctly, the game treats you obeying everything the king commands as you wanting him.
That's the way I can. That's the only thing that could be implied, right? Like, what else can you glean from that? Like, realistically, what can you read out of that other than, like, oh, you're so into the king?
Strength seed.
Yay.
And the personality quiz, it goes, no, sorry, I just seen that your character name is shortened to James singular. Like they give you the space to put your full name in, and it's just James.
Jane.
So the
Like, at that
bag.
point, just only give them 4 letters, because it doesn't fit more.
The bag holds infinite items.
Video James.
It-
Oh, nice.
It could have been Jam.
It could have been Jane.
No.
Hero, sexy female.
What?
My
Hang on,
my
can you
favorite
just
thing.
screenshot that and put it in the Izakai chat as a character class.
What I always like doing, and I can't say this is meta or whatever, but I always like getting the one where you're a monster attacking the village and then you just leave. I think that's how you get. I think that's how you get the hero personality.
Huh.
Huh.
Yeah, no, seriously. It says you are a monster. Your personality will be decided who you choose to attack, and you just leave.
Disclosure. I am a monster, a creature of despair, not that should be your cause for concern. Anyway, I am screenshotting this.
Beat you to it.
Nah. Oh well, it's your character anyway.
Anyway.
Oh, wow. Our stats. I don't remember my stats being that high. Then again, I don't know if the NAS version, it just did it by, like, your name or something.
I've only played Game Boy. I've been meaning. I'm the one who told the dude, our good friend Mr. Mason,
Miss.
about the English patch, but I haven't played it yet.
English patch has a few things bad about it.
Dang. Ooh.
Oh, apparently we can skip this part.
No.
We can recall.
Oh, what? That's weird.
Here's a helpful tip. Press the buy button when someone's talking to you and remember what they said. Yeah, I'll never remember it.
What? It goes back from when you were younger, just years ago. You just recall what was said. Wow. Obviously, we had to try to steal things before talking to the king.
Thief key can unlock many doors.
Nice. Oh yeah, I guess I'm still. Gosh, I'm still thinking about. a lot of things. Well, I'm still thinking about the first edition like rogue class nonsense of just they were only meant for lockpicking and disarming traps, but also then again, sexy female or like was that it?
Yeah. Sexy female.
Sexy
Little female
hero happened.
This describes me perfectly.
Hey, this
Sexy
character
hero.
looks just like me.
Sexy boy, crazy hero vamps. Sexy boy, crazy hero vamps.
Oh yeah, they're called vamps in the GBA version. This sounds like some sort of side quest, but no, it's nothing.
Huh. Oh, and yeah, Kyle mentioned that. Yeah, back in first edition, there was no standard array or anything, so you just had to roll for your stats and just like, well,
What?
my character's like, and it was just like, oh, you just roll, the
Yeah.
3d6, and then like, oh, my character sucks.
That's fun fact. That was never actually the case. That was one of 4 methods for distributing stats they had, even in
Oh.
the first books. It
Oh
was
wow.
like the very basic one is 3d6 straight down the line, no changes, and it says, don't use this for your player characters. Use this for like random NPCs you don't care about. But for the other ones it recommends for players are like more sensible. They let you swap, or they let you roll 4 and drop 1, you know?
Yeah.
They're still not like as fair as later ones, which generally lean towards high stats. And a lot of people just misunderstood and took the first option as this is the one you should always do.
Yeah, I remember the just straight in the line because I remember trying to do with I had an ex who actually had the basic edition of D&D, and we tried let's try doing just her DMing it and me like playing it, and the only option it gave was the straight down the
Small.
line. You can't change it.
Small models were added into
Small
later
models,
editions
so
of
not
this
those
game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you guys mentioned you had a screenshot. You saved screenshots. Where are those screenshots?
Give me a second.
That one we've posted in Isekai Naming Chat, which is a
Yes.
different server. Do you want a link to it?
Oh, okay.
It's basically
Oh,
us
I still
making
wanna
up
see it.
light novel names that are silly.
It's great.
At one time, I had a dream, and it determined what type of hero I was, and I was a vamp.
Yeah, that'd be a perfectly valid one. I'll just send you an invite.
Oh, also, Andy
Not necessarily.
posted the questions chart to get to the scenarios to determine your personalities.
Yeah, like I said, my favorite was always getting Valiant, and all you have to do is become the do the monster scenario, and as soon as you have control, just walk right out of the town.
Oh, apparently says
I am
take out
summoning you to
1
the
or
other
2.
world.
GBA let you not kill anybody at all, so I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Also, it says logical take out everyone.
Oh yeah,
What?
is that's the word they're using for it?
Logical, huh? Oh, I love quizzes. I mean, sometimes you know what? To talk about quizzes in general, like sometimes I've taken like an online quiz that felt like a gut punch, like, oof, how did you read me so well in this current moment? But others where it just like completely falls flat. And it's just funny how that works. Like, also, I guess the Myers-Briggs test was mentioned earlier. It just want to say, those absolutely suck, and at best they can only determine, like most quizzes, like how you're feeling, kind of like in the moment. I mean, if you take it repeatedly, then you can kind of build up a trend. But like, especially Myers Briggs, it has a bias that it wants to push everyone towards.
Myers Briggs wasn't that raid made by like some like really
Eugenicist?
awful person? Yeah, like a eugenicist.
Yeah,
It's basically
Murray's
modern
and Briggs were
phrenology.
eugenicists. Yep.
They also make the IQ test, because that's also made by eugenicists.
No,
Yeah,
that's a far
obviously,
older
like,
test.
Oh,
Even
also.
before finding out these were made by horrible.
James a hero, known by all. We beg of you not to indulge in dirty behavior.
Oh man, this better not turn into that kind of game.
God.
Yeah, they tell you to equip stuff. Because if you're just carrying them, then that's nothing.
But yeah, if you're now in Isekai chat, you can look for our made-up light novel names and see we basically make fun of how every Isekai has, oh, there's a demon lord, because the only game I played is Dragon Quest.
So he just mistakenly used the wrong pronouns.
Kill him.
But that's something that's kind of weird, isn't it? That he would just use the wrong pronouns unless something recent happened.
He's still getting used to using the right pronouns for his daughter.
Trans rights.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, this
I
game
hope that-
unintentionally has like a trans narrative if you play the female.
I don't remember that in the NAS version, so that's cool.
I don't think you could choose gender in the NES version.
You could.
Oh, you could?
Yeah.
You can find some very reliable companions in this
Bless you.
tavern.
Oh, and also, Kyle, a question about what do monks do in Dragon Quest? They get to be really, really agile, and evade attacks, and also like, I forget. I think they can eventually start like hitting multiple times or something. Like I forgot what. I know they're pretty good. They're honestly very solid in Dragon Quest. As like, well, I guess as a functional like class for a party member. Like they do gain really like their stat gains for agility or evasive stats go up really high.
James briefly clicks out the game to check for affinity.
Affinity. I think
So you
monks
kinda
can
see
also.
that.
I think monks can also crit more.
Ah, yeah, that sounds right.
I know there's one character in one of the Dragon Quests who crits more and uses monk equipment.
Also, I tried searching for Dragon Quest III Monk, and the very top result I thought was Dragon Quest is Dragon Saga. Just how?
A lot of these games have dragon in the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything else is Dragon Quest though. Like all the other ones, so it's like, how did this one get the very top? That's just, God.
Yeah, there's another one.
Another what?
Another
was looking away
person
for a second.
using the wrong gender terms.
Man, these
Weird.
people are kind of jerks about that.
Yeah. Good job guarding that shrubbery.
Well, time to get party. DS Dragon Quest, like, your character actually destroys the barrels and pods.
Nice.
I also like how in Dragon Quest XI they actually animated the character searching through stuff.
Nice. That's cute. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that I was looking up again.
I recommend a
Oh.
fighter, a truck
Sure.
freak, and a crazy ass.
Sounds like the start of a joke. Oh, he's drunk.
Nice. But, oh yeah, monks in Dragon Quest, their strengths is that one, they don't need to equip weapons most of the time. Like you can like give them a claw weapon eventually when you find those, but like they get pretty strong without having to use any weapons. And also they have a limited selection of armor that they can use, but like that's also kind of a boon of like, because they're pretty like agile, so they can evade attacks from just that.
Sounds
Fairly
like a
well.
challenge to me. Let's take a jester along from the
Oh.
very start. Sages
Yep.
are
Oh, Jester.
Sages are chosen by God. Only those who can withstand their intense training exercises can become a sage. Meow.
And the cat just says, no, take along monks, they're better.
Cat monk.
Cat monk.
Cat monk.
So, want to become a party member?
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm trying to think, like, cat monk would be funny, but also,
They're just submitted the character class of chipmunk.
no, put kitty, and then we'll look at the classes. I may just go for monk, or just go for the
How many?
where are
Warrior?
they?
How many do we actually get?
Fighter?
What
Wait,
else is
warrior
there?
and fighter?
Huh? Want me to look that up? This feels weird.
Mage, cleric,
Oh,
dealer,
dealer?
jester, thief.
Let me look up dealer. Oh, they're merchants. Oh,
They're-
okay.
They are also required at one part of the game.
Oh, but you lose that. Like, I know when I got to that part of the game, I just hired a new. Okay, you go rest up. We'll get this new guy here. It's like, okay, pal, do you want to help rule? Do you want to like be left behind on an island and just kind of roll that for a bit? And like, okay, have fun.
How many people can we have in our party?
Quite a bit. I know you have like some slots, but
Or is
I
this
know
the
when
same
I
number?
played, I had 3 characters, but I think you have like 3 additional party members, but you can make more. Like I know I made like a 5th, or not 5th, like a 4th, just so that I can abandon someone for plot reasons that they had to be left behind. But like, what did clerics do? Oh, merchants
Clerics
according to
heal.
the wiki. Not
Okay, fighters are the monks, and
Oh.
warriors are the soldiers.
Okay.
Okay, so warriors are the truck freaks.
Yep. Okay. Know what? I'm kind of tempted just because. Okay. Know what? Let me look at this again. Dealer, jester. No, I kind of want to be jester. Like, because I vaguely remember. Wait. Before I pick jester, I know that I remember in the NES game, the female jesters or clowns or goof-offs. That's what they were called. Like they would have like the bunny like suit or like. So before I
Oh,
picked
you're
that,
trying to sign me as Jester.
only if the idea of your character running around in bunny suit like suits you.
To be fair,
Unintended.
yes, it does. But that's not the point.
Wait, thief? I don't remember what thieves do.
Thieves have access to water arrows and the blackjack.
Eh,
Alright, thieves have high agility, deftness, or below average and other attributes makes them violent party. Oh, they can steal items from the last monster defeated at the end of a fight.
Oh, Kyle Hesse is talking about
Oh, last monster defeated
is talking about
oh yeah, Kyle's
Actually,
talking about gestures. Which
gestures,
is, you know, good.
Oh yeah.
and one jester went too far with a joke and was banished because the king thought it was too funny to kill, and the jester just walked back into the courtroom years later. King considered it the funniest thing ever, gave him back his job.
Can't believe it turned into a pickle.
Okay, what class?
Alright, know what? Thief sounds pretty fun. Apparently, eventually they can get abilities to reduce, what can they do? But, yes, they can, like, lower, enemy encounters and stuff, potentially. If that sounds like something you want. Oh, well, yeah, with the, apparently, Padfoot ability. Later on. Does that sound cool?
Yeah, that's whatever. I didn't use a thief the first time I played this, so yeah.
No, yeah, let's
Yeah.
try it out. Because, yeah, I was thinking about Merchant just because they get you money, and, like, in games like this, having money doesn't hurt.
Providing 5-step boosting seeds to aid their growth. Manual.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds
So I
like this
went
is
in
a
a-
thing you'd always want to do manually.
Yeah.
So I went into a big lecture about something in the game, and you guys kept quote interrupting me end quote, and then finally 5 minutes later I realized I had my mute on.
Oh,
For
no.
Oh,
for my-
whoops.
Oh no. If you had your mic on, we would have eventually gone, oh no, now we feel guilty for talking over you.
Yeah.
No. You guys haven't been interrupting me. I'm just laughing. It's like. So yeah. So, the fun thing is how in Japan, this character you're playing now, spoilers. There are. Do you mind spoilers, by the way?
What, the main character, or what have you?
Yes.
Seems pretty solitary. Let's see what personality
Okay.
that is.
Well, they're really Erdrick, the one they were constantly talking about, that the MC in Dragon Quest 1 and 2 are descendants from. Well, in Japan, go on.
Oh, I just said, oh yeah, like, agreeing with you.
Yeah. In Japan, the name was Loto. So Erdrick was the Western name. Japan Loto was the Eastern name. They've actually changed it to Erdrick in later versions, in later Dragon Quest games in Japan, which is rather interesting.
This doesn't make sense. So solitary decreases luck and like increases vitality the most. But I put seeds into agility and luck. So is the personality just random?
That's weird.
Hold
Oh,
on, let me
did you-
re-register.
Alright. Also, I'll look at what the thieves can do. Oh. Life for distance. Alright.
But there's also the revelation that Dragon Quest XI takes place before 3.
Does?
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Yup. Oh, well, yeah, because the very ending, your mom is reading the story. No, sorry, let me start over. Yeah, in the very end of 11, Dragon Quest III's mother is reading the story about the Dragon Quest 11 MC, and she's about to and she closes the book and puts it back into the bookshelf, and then she walks upstairs to wake you up because you have to go talk to the king.
Huh.
What the fuck? Well, at least Weepy is a personality that somewhat raises luck at least, but it also lowers agility. So I don't know.
Huh, that's weird.
What if I just put it all into luck?
Yeah, let's see what happens. And also, I'm looking at some of the abilities that Thief has, and they're actually not that great. They're really not that great.
Selfish.
No. I mean, yeah, like, there's one called Nose for Treasure. It checks the amount of remaining treasure in current dungeon floor. I mean, that's kind of fair, but there's also an earlier one called Storyteller. It checks to see what floor of a dungeon the party is currently on. And I'm like, okay.
Raises
Sure.
agility, but lowers everything else. I put it all into luck. This is random. This has to be random.
Yeah. No, can I be a merchant instead, just because I feel like they actually have some more interesting things, if that makes sense?
Seems
Fair
random. Yeah,
ability.
it's random. It's random. It's purely random.
Or I guess that work. If Happy's decent, then yeah, let's just go with it.
So, fun fact, there was like an absolute glut of like what were known as RPG heartbreakers at one point. Basically, they were games which were intended to be the new D&D, and almost universally they were,
Hit
you
the
know, ripping off D&D's mechanics wholesale. But a lot of them went with the philosophy that, oh well, you roll for your character stats, like, and you're not allowed to ever change them. You don't get to redistribute them or anything. 3d6 down the line, that's what you get, even if you get an unplayable character, because you don't get to choose what your stats are in real life. And it's like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, you don't get to choose your stats in real life, yeah, but it's not like you just go, oh, I've maxed out on strength, but I'm stuck as a wizard
God.
with 0 intelligence, and it's like, you know, people's skills do influence their path through life. Like, it means you don't just get randomly assigned a class no matter how bad you are. Yeah, there are quite a few of them that do that though, and I don't know why anyone thinks it's a good idea.
Because no, I can
Because they're
kind
bad
of
at game design.
yeah, bad game design, and also the influence of people just sticking with 3d6 down the line, and also an obsession like early RPGs, well, especially shitty early RPGs had with what was it called? Oh yes, with like simulationism of like trying to simulate like a real fantasy world or whatever with your characters, and like
Macho.
macho. So I'm a butch thief, alright? Hopefully that's something cool and not like absolutely terrible for a thief.
Oh god,
I
that
hope.
really decreases luck.
Well, the way I see it, that reminds me of Nuzlocke mode for Pokemon. So yeah, I'd be okay with it if you make it an optional challenge path or something like that.
That
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the stats you rolled, and that's it.
But the stats
That reminds
and
me of
class you rolled.
yes. That reminds me of Nuzlocke mode. Is that how you pronounce it?
Oh yeah, Nuzlocke. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
we all know what
challenge.
you're talking about. Continue.
Oh, sure, okay. And there's people who play Pokemon, but they want to make it quote and unquote realistic. So what they have done is they have come up with quote Nuzlocke mode, and it's a combination of. Don't worry about the name, but basically,
Seems
among
pretty
other
twisted.
things, what
He's
among
become
other
Joker.
Oh.
Among other things, if your Pokemon loses in Nuzlocke mode, you can never play that Pokemon again.
Yep.
They
Yep.
quote unquote died.
Yeah. Actually. Yeah. It's,
And it's also stuff like the first Pokemon you get of a certain species, that's it. You don't make grab more.
Mary,
Mary, what-
what are we gonna do with you?
Are you going to make me a jester despite that apparently being a terrible choice?
I mean, I don't know if
If
it's.
not, like, make me a cleric or something.
Do you want to
Now
be
that
just...
being said,
No, let me.
that being
Oh yeah. Let me link the Jester page just in case anyone wants to look at it. The Gadabout. Apparently, it's one of the names for them.
forget about it. Now, what you're talking about is that re-rolling your stats and stuff. The RPG gaming these days actually has a name for that: respecking. And in some versions, for example, the game I'm playing, Wrath of the Righteous, it depends whether you can do that or not. Depends on your difficulty.
Hmm.
So, clowns for men, bunny girls for women.
The two
Oh,
clowns are bunny girls.
kind of disappointed that eventually they retired it and everyone's clowns now.
So you
I
want...
mean, that is
They follow the player's instructions 75% of the time. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
yep.
Oh god, no. These are all terrible.
Clowning around. Oh wow.
Yeah, no, just make me a cleric or something so I'm not hilariously dead weights.
I mean, I think there's a purpose to getting one like to level 20 or something where they become
Level
incredibly
20,
powerful.
become plagued by self-doubt.
Okay,
I-
serious answer. I can tell you why. There's a reason.
That's yeah. They had to. If you get a jester to level 20, they become a sage, right?
You can automatically turn them into a sage at the at the shrine of whatever it's called, where you can
The
change
respect.
jobs.
Yeah, the job
Yeah.
change.
Otherwise, you only get you can only turn them in someone into a sage if you have a special book. I believe only one existed in the original game. There are two in the remakes, but one of them is like right next to the end boss.
Oh wow.
The original game has an enemy that can drop it.
Huh.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Weird. But yeah, I'll just throw it out there. Just become a clown and eventually be chosen by God to become a
God
sage.
likes funny people.
God
But-
gives his most difficult battles to his funniest soldiers.
God, that meme. But yeah, that's only if you're down for that, or do you want the more reliability of a cleric?
Now, I don't see you guys doing any of this, but ultimately, you know, the trying goof offs into like sages was for big old nerds who like class changing and then leveling up to 20 again and all that nonsense. I
It's a
don't
magic
see. I
half
don't see
power.
James. I don't see James doing this.
That's basically what I
Just
did
make
the
me a
first.
cleric. I don't mind.
Yeah, clerics are
Cleric?
cool.
Okay.
And they have healing magic, which in this game we definitely want healing magic.
Choose stats so I
Now in
can
the original,
at least get fucking personality I need. Okay.
Dragon Quest, way back, we were talking about monks and martial arts, and this was one of those things I thought I was talking to you guys about, but I had my mic muted. There were only two weapons they could equip. One was the Iron Claw, and you could pretty much get it right away. And the other was the Golden Claw, which is found in the pyramid. Now, the fun thing about the Golden Claw is it's cursed, but it's cursed in a special way, which means every step you take, you're attacked by an enemy. Every single square.
Ugh.
Now, in the remakes, including this one, that curse is broken once you can get the Golden Claw out of the pyramid. That
Oh,
was not the case in the original.
Oh. I think I
I'll tell you
remember
how
that
much-
actually.
Mm-hmm. To tell you how much I was a nerd when I was younger, I beat the game with the Golden Claw equipped.
Yeah.
Sounds like hell.
But
Sure, I
in
get
all
the
the
jester now.
all the remakes, one, like I said, the curse breaks if you get it out of the pyramid, and two, there's other claws now that you can get, like the Flame Claw and the Holy Claw and blah blah blah.
Nice. Also, I, of course, had to post the cute art of, like, from the Famicom, apparently. Yeah. From when the... Is that the remake? Yeah, from Dragon Quest 3, The Seeds of Salvation.
Ah, crap. I accidentally clicked on something.
Oh no.
Well, technically, wasn't it a bunny girl in Dragon Quest 1, or at least in the remakes, who gives you the, what's it called again?
Puff Puff?
It's, yeah, the Puff Puff?
I believe so. That's a thing in various games. I forget when it gets brought up. I think it got brought up in the second one.
It's also a thing in Dragon Ball as something that Master Roshi seems to be obsessed with girls doing that's never actually elaborated on for obvious reasons.
God.
Originally, it was okay, and if anyone here is, I'll be discreet, but it was basically massaging you with your, her massaging you with her breasts within clothes, puff puff. But every Dragon Quest game after that, the joke is they offer it, but then it turns out to be something else entirely. A guy, sheep.
Oh, like
Slimes.
yeah, I've heard of one where just holding up two slimes.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, just
But yeah, the original
just-
quest was amazingly blue.
And
Like,
because
if you had...
these three are like in there automatically at the start.
Yeah.
There's
Kitty
a
joined
fan...
the
like,
party.
in the first town in Dragon Quest 1, there was, quote, a fan of yours implied to possibly be a prostitute. I can't say for certain,
In-
but
in
she would
Dragon Quest
follow
1?
you. Yep.
I
She would
don't
follow you
remember.
around while you're... She would follow you around while you were in town. If you go to the inn with her following you, the innkeeper will comment on how you made a lot of noise.
Oh wait, I do remember that now.
The same thing happens if you're holding the princess.
Oh,
The same thing happens if you're holding the princess and you have the fan following you.
of course. Goodness. No, with that, excuse me a sec. I have to
Love is
go
love.
check on something. Yeah.
Kitty can't equip clubs.
If I'm approaching being inappropriate, please let me know.
I will. Yuri can equip clubs.
I sure can.
Yes. Kitty can equip the cipher stick.
Sticks are just too hard. And cloaks. How does it work? Buttons? I don't know.
Actually, a cipher stick was in Nier Automata. And
And the story
yeah.
And the story was straight out of Dragon Quest. Apparently, it belonged to the neighbor of the hero. The weapon story.
Yep. Nier Automata has weapon stories. Well,
Yep.
both Drakengard and Nier, which are both things Yoko Taro worked on and are in canon.
Oh, sure,
with
but
each other. Just telling you.
Yeah. oh, Drakengard and Nier have such an effed up plot. But ultimately, do you want me to go into this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, basically in Drakengard's history used to be like Earth's, but sometime during the medieval age, a library of magic was discovered and other junk. And it pretty much corrupted the entire world because they learned black magic and all sorts of things they shouldn't have known. So this goes on, and so Drakengard, the very last ending, ends with the main character going through a portal and fighting the goddess of magic over Tokyo. He gets killed by a missile. Oh, I mean, he beats the evil goddess of magic. He gets killed by a missile fired by the EDF. The first Nier Automata, no, not Nier Automata, the first Nier game then explains that the ashes of that goddess resulted in magic corruption, which changed Earth into the Nier world. Now, this magic corruption did all sorts of nasty things, like separating people's bodies and their souls. And eventually, humans had to make androids in order to run everything, but humanity eventually died off. The androids got rid of all the magic by putting it together into a library and shoving it into another dimension. That library ended up in the past of Drakengard.
Time loop.
Ah, time loops.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I still need to play Nier Automata. I haven't gotten the chance to play it, but I've been kind of spoiled on things, but in a way that makes me like, or not spoiled on things that makes me want to. But it's great. Got excited for a second. It's more of, I know what some of the twists or whatever in there, but it's like it still makes me want to like check it out to see how it goes. Also, of course, resurrection, purification, vindication. Oh, that's for curses, right?
I think so. Or it could be for
Definitely.
poison.
Definitely check out Nier. Only check out Drakengard if you're a masochist.
Yeah, no, I remember reading like checking the wiki for like Dragon Guard, and like one of the people bound to like a dragon was like so edgy in a way that didn't even like make sense. It's like I don't want to spoil it, but it was like this one woman lost her child or something, and like gave up her ability to have children, to have a dragon, and then like eats children or something like stupid like that, where it's like it's one thing
Yep.
to be grieving not having your child anymore, but why would you eat like if you're gonna be edgy with it? I mean, another way that would be also terrifying is what if she just kidnaps a child every once in a while? Like that'd be really terrifying, and you could potentially do something of like the main character noticing, like, oh hey, like this kid looks nothing like you. What's up with that? Or like something. I don't know. There's more option for
Nope.
that, but just like eating children. Like I was like, that sounds so just edgy for the sake of it. Like, nah, I'm good.
The main character wouldn't care as long as he doesn't get in the way,
Wow.
because he's kind of also fucked up. In fact, pretty much
He's
all the party members
Kind of.
Oh my goodness. Ah man,
Kind of.
I just now saw your art of Kill Jester.
But the Jester is our friend.
The Jester is
What
our friend.
happens? We could cheer. Kill Jester.
Also, just the cleric is so good as well. Just
Yeah.
the two together.
Yeah, and then I just drew the cleric because that's the actual class.
Yeah. No,
But
I do
yeah.
like how. Yeah,
This
the
little
female
bunny
people.
yes.
Yeah, I just now realized we don't have a mage, which like that might have been smart of me to like make like, oh hey, can we make my character a mage? But no, let's see how this turns out.
just checking the equipment there.
We should make Andy Zero a mage, like Andy of the Void or something.
God, do we have that many characters? That'd be great.
Also, you, Kitty, can't wield clubs, but you can wield a stick.
Yay!
Throw a stick for you to fetch like you're a dog.
Damn. Whack.
We can also get pot lids as shields. Who has the worst defense? Mary could use it, and Jana could use it.
Oh, may I ask, where did the name Jenna come from? Just thought it was cute, or shout out to some.
I just came up with it on the spot.
Oh.
So another thing added
Spoke a
in
bunny
the
girl
remake?
into being.
Not this guy. This. Are we good here? Welcome to the Mellow King's Mansion.
Oh, interesting.
With the spiny whip. That's a good weapon.
Huh. This is different.
I feel incredibly safe around my husband. I never leave him. He might become feared by the Archfiend.
Huh.
Shiny
Oh, the
whip.
prize list. Nice. But yeah, I remember this in the NES version being like towards the end of the. Not. Oh, I don't know if it's like towards the end of the game, but I remember it being on an island that you can like happen upon and like see the tiny metal king.
Hmm.
Sacred Bikini.
Yep. We're gonna get that.
Well, of course we are.
Why
And I
wouldn't
bet
we?
it's really good sets.
I've seen really funny. I've seen fan art of the. You know how the Dragon Quest One hero got all the equipment
Yeah.
from Erdrick. I've seen art where he finds the armor of Erdrick and it's a bikini.
Yep.
Nice.
I mean, as we've determined, Erdrick trans.
Yep.
All Dragon Quest heroes trans.
Yep. That we've determined since our first playthrough, or the first one.
Man in the front room tried to make a magic ball, but failed. Ended up hurting himself pretty badly. By magic ball, they mean bomb. No, I'm not
Oh.
joking with that.
Oh, yeah. Now I can imagine them not wanting to say magic bomb. Yeah.
Hmm.
Sick. Now I should read more about what mages do. Not mages. I mean, I do especially adore the female mage art.
Female
It's
mage is
very good.
very Velma.
In the Nintendo DS version of Dragon Quest VII, there's DLC that gives you an upgraded version of the potlet called a premium potlet.
Huh.
Wait, how do I save?
Talk to the king?
Oh, yeah, that's. I talked to a priestess, actually.
Ah. Also, know what? I kind of forget Growing Thief, but hopefully that goes. Then again, the thief is also cute, which I'm judging, you know, these classes by how cute the art for them is, which is very fair and rational, as we all know.
May God bless you. Also, the jester winks. All the time. Should really get that thing out of their eye.
Huh. Yep.
Okay, now to grind.
Hooray.
I'm the only one with an actual weapon.
Hooray.
Thankfully, our house acts as a free inn, so.
Nice. Although apparently the thief was added in the later versions of the game for Dragon Quest III, but so we don't get the cute Famicom art. But no, it's still tight. I'll take that.
Lots of ravens today.
Doesn't know any bells,
Yeah.
Bill.
Love the little skulls that they're standing on.
Mary can
Yeah.
heal.
These are like reasonably mid-game monsters in Dragon Quest monsters. I think they're called like Mad Ravens or something.
Oh, nice. He just dealt a critical.
Right. But yeah, no, I think there are Mad Ravens later on. Maybe?
It might be a palette swap. It's hard to tell given that, there wasn't really a palette to swap in those games.
Yeah.
Lots of enemies. Unfortunately, we have no way to deal with them. Also, Jenna just did a goof off action. Analyzing the situation.
I love the wiggle of the slimes. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, the animations are great. And the Switch version and the recent remasters have no animations.
Really?
And they look like crap.
Ugh. Whack.
Level 2. Nice. Yep. Mary got level 2. Alright.
I've become all powerful.
Learns Expel.
I
Oh
can
shit.
kick people out of school.
She's
Wish I had that power back in the day.
Luck 10.
Wow.
I mean, jesters get like absurd luck.
Yeah. I know some of their goof off abilities are like could be useful if the right one triggers. Like one, they point their finger at a monster and just kind of twirl it around, and then they get confused, and the monster can't take an action that turn, or can't attack that turn. Like, oh, that's actually pretty useful. If that pops off,
Max HP, max MP.
Twisted.
Yep. You're the Joker, baby.
Oh no. I don't
Yeah,
want to
that's
be the
what's so
Joker. I don't want
Too
to.
late. You were joking there.
I don't want to live in a society.
None of us do.
Some of us get twisted by it.
God.
Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. I do have a secondary reason for grinding.
Secondary reason, you're a cat and you just want to chase birds.
Jenna suddenly tries to run, but there's no escape. I have not leveled up yet. Yeah, the palettes changed. Yep. Fighting.
Fighting. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Also, I can't wait until we can get boomerangs and other gear like that, because apparently thieves can equip that.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, they use whips and boomerangs.
Nice.
And claws as well, apparently.
I guess we'll be getting that golden claw.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good item. I remember when I finally got uncursed after getting it in NES version, of being like, oh, this is great. I love this. Because it carried me through, like, a large portion of the game. Of just having a monk that's just absurdly strong. And then eventually getting that monk to restart as a warrior with like all their stats, and or as a fighter with all their stats, and just being like, and still using the golden claw, because I think, yeah, fighters could just use any weapon in or whatever their official class is called, you know what I mean. And yeah, good stuff.
They just get proficiency in all weapons.
Yeah. Proficiency, you know what, real quick, one weird thing about 4E that is that you can be proficient in different things, like different like weapons or whatever. But instead of just being like a flat, you get +2, you know, when you roll to attack that weapon or whatever. It'd be something weird like, well, some weapons, like weapons would have their proficiency bonus depending on the weapon, which is kind of weird, but most of them were just +2 anyway, so it's like you could have just made this easier on yourselves, Wizards of the Coast. Whoa, that luck.
Yeah. At least we
Like,
won't have to worry about drop rates.
Yeah. Which, oh, no, to distract from what I was even talking about earlier, I was looking at the merchant, and one of their abilities that they get pretty early on is... Alright, nice. Love this person just resting in the moon, or like under the stars. No, have fun, buddy.
So remember this
Yeah,
place?
like that. Yeah.
Couldn't get in here before.
Oh.
And now it's time to rob it.
Yep.
Yeah.
To get your small metal, man. Oh man.
Imagine getting a full night's sleep.
Yep.
Couldn't be any of us. I'm suffering so much right now.
Then
I
again,
actually
I am.
way
trying-
overslept.
I know I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule, but you know, hiccups still happen.
Yeah,
But
I'm actually kind of tired because I've been awake so long. Yeah, fuck. Go up there. Snore.
snore.
Oh, so that guy's a bard?
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about D&D, and bards are kind of absurd to become in first edition.
Yeah, we've talked about this several times, but it's like you have to get like a really high roll or something, right? And like be kissed by a witch. And you gotta
That's
serenade
cool,
your
too.
DM with a kazoo.
That sounds about right for first edition, though.
Yeah,
Because
you
I
gotta,
remember,
you gotta have good stats, you gotta start as a fighter, and get to at least level 5, but no more than level 8, then become a thief, and become at least level 5, but no more than level 8, I think. and then become a druid, and then you're a bard, as long as you
You have
have
to-
high enough stats.
You had to become a druid as well. Like I could kind of see some of the idea, kind of vaguely, of why, like, the fighter to rogue, because like hell, even in fifth edition, like bards still get like proficiency in like rapiers. Even though they're like a full-on caster, it's not like the rapier is the most amazing thing. It's like it's decent, and you can use dex for it instead of strength. But like, that kind of idea of like a bard, the swashbuckler kind of deal, like charming, roguish type. Like, like okay, I can kind of see the fighter and rogue. That's annoying, but I can see like some of the idea behind that. But why a druid?
And
Whoever.
and for some reason, being the druid actually gets you the level in bard.
Wait, what? The minimum level that you'd have to be like what, level 11 to be a bard by following this big step plan that you have no choice over?
Yeah, in the
I mean,
first
yeah,
edition.
yeah, that's abysmal.
I think it's because of Bard from The Hobbit,
Oh,
who's the one who kills Smog.
oh,
Yeah. Hmm.
was he even a druid?
No. He was,
No.
if anything, like an archer kind of guy, so
Yeah, he was an archer.
he shot the dragon.
Yeah, okay, for a second I forgot who Bard was, because for one, I'm not the most familiar with token stuff all the time. Like, I don't study it. Like, I don't remember all the characters, and there's quite a few of them. But yeah, no, I remember Bard now. But why a druid?
Fuck if I know.
Oh, Wizard of the Coast and their...
Well, that was
idea.
TSR.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
TSR,
TSR.
way back for they made a lot of very
Terrible.
strange financial decisions and got bought over by Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
So fun fact, TSR doesn't actually stand for anything. Originally it stood for Magazine The Strategic Review, which later became Dragon Magazine. But TSR as a company were named for that acronym at a point when it stopped being in use, so it's just 3 letters, that's all the name is.
Wow.
The Strategic Review changed to be called Dragon Magazine very quickly and ran for decades as like a D&D or general tabletop RPG magazine, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of D&D, kind of recently, the party's been going over some of 3.5, and also there's a... Oh god, no, I defined that. Like, give me a second while I find that, the book that he was mentioning. Like, there's like the complete guide to scoundrels or something for 3.5e, and like it gave, it has a very vague and wide net for what a scoundrel is, and like, no, this is a quote from a small section. Games. The worlds invented for computer and console games include memorable scoundrel characters. The following are just a few examples: Lara Croft from Tomb Raider, Master Chief from Halo, the nameless Space Marine of Doom, the eponymous hero of the Prince of Persia games, and even Mario, the resourceful plumber from Donkey Kong and the many Mario Brother games. And like, the only one who could possibly
Okay.
be a scoundrel, maybe, is Laura Croft from
I mean-
that
Prince
huge
of, I
list.
can, no, I can
Like-
see the prince.
Oh,
I can see the
okay, the
Prince of
prince.
Persia.
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
Prince of
yeah, the
Persia,
Prince of Persia.
maybe.
But, like-
honestly, those two, like,
that's
The
Are they
bard
like-
from Bard's Tale, the snarky one,
yeah,
not
but
the
like,
original one.
still.
yeah, but yeah, it's just like scoundrel, like Wizards of the Coast. What were you thinking with like, oh, a complete guide to scoundrels? We include
Absolute
Master
scoundrel
Chief.
Mario.
and Mario. It's like Mario's absolutely not a scoundrel, and his like,
Thing is,
a-
like, Master Chief, like, tells me what era this was made in, and it's like, you have better examples by that time.
oh, absolutely, and that's just what bewilders me. Is just like Master Chief, like he's not a scoundrel. Like this is such a wide net. No, I'll read the rest of this because it makes me laugh. Some,
I would argue that Mario is closer to a paladin than a scoundrel.
know what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah,
Yeah, fair enough. Like,
Uh,
it's the ideal fit for him, but
Alright.
it's a better fit than calling him a scoundrel.
scoundrel, yeah. And the complete scoundrel describes what it means to be scoundrel as below. Scoundrels break rules. Scoundrels aren't always what they appear to be or who they say they are. They warp the truth to attain their goals, and few are beyond lying when they must or whenever convenient. Breaking rules frequently, but not always, implies breaking laws. Few scoundrels go out of their way to commit crimes or provoke lawful individuals, but they refuse to let an intangible idea prevent them from attaining their goals. Okay, I'm pausing here. That
I thought
absolutely
guys,
doesn't
I
sound
don't
right.
pay my taxes.
I remember when Master
Oh,
Chief, Master Chief, he like cheated on his taxes and then said, "Can't help being a Gemini."
Alright, to continue. Breaking the rules doesn't have to be out of selfishness or immorality. Some scoundrels flout every law on the books to do what they feel is right. Scoundrels think on their feet. Scoundrels do or say anything to get what they want, reacting to situations with nary a moment's notice. Knowing that an opportunity present is in one moment might vanish in the next, they act immediately and deal with the repercussions later. Even in
I
battle,
love-
scoundrel. Yep.
I love that this category that they've made up sounds like it should be a narrow subset, but you're describing literally everybody.
Yeah, they're just casting a wide net. No, I'll just skip to something better. Of they give a bibliography of like some examples of like where scandals could be found. For Star Wars, no, who would you name as scoundrels in Star Wars?
Jedi.
I know who I'd name, but I don't know who they'd name.
No, I'll tell you. For the original trilogy, all of them, every character is a scoundrel, according to Wizards of the Coast, circa 2007. I think, yeah, that's when this book came out. And it's like, Luke Skywalker is not a scoundrel.
Damn,
Han
Mary.
Solo? Han Solo? Oh, nice.
That's twice you've gotten crits now.
It's the
Exactly.
bun luck.
Yep.
The secret bun stat.
Yep. My secret skill is called Unstoppable.
So Kitty's level 4 and I'm still level 2.
Whack. What were my stat gains? You kind of went by real quick.
Oh, whoops. I think you got at least one in everything, though.
Nice. But yeah, no,
Luke
just
Skywalker,
naming.
by definition, is not a scoundrel.
Yeah, it casts such a wide net of like.
if you're
who
gonna
is-
give him a D&D class, I would say straight up Paladin.
Yeah,
You argue other things, but that's probably the best fit for him.
yeah, yeah, just D&D. Yeah, just straight up D&D, and Paladin works perfectly fine. But like the fact that like
Han
Solo.
Solo, he is absolutely a scoundrel. Anyone he deals with probably falls in that category. When you're putting in like When you
Darth
say, oh, every
Vader.
character.
Darth Vader is a scoundrel.
Yeah. I mean,
Shiv Palpatine is a scoundrel.
on that front, you're absolutely correct.
But I mean, I feel like, there's a certain archetype they're trying to get at, kind of like your Han Solo type of scoundrel. They're like charismatic, kind of roguish. Like that's what they're trying to get at. But when you say literally everyone in Star Wars is a scoundrel, like, do you even know what you're saying anymore? It just.
I get what they originally meant. They meant a trickster. They meant a guile hero.
Yeah,
so,
a guile hero, I would say, sure, a lot of the examples are given work, but if you say a scoundrel, it has very different connotations.
Yep. Like, apparently Gilgamesh from the Epic of Gilgamesh is a scoundrel.
Oh, no, that's fair.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's just.
if you argue that, you don't know about Gilgamesh.
I mean, would you say
I-
Gilgamesh from Final Fantasy V is a scoundrel?
If you say Gilgamesh from Fate's Stay Night is a scoundrel.
Yes.
I have no idea. I've never. I've never
Yes.
seen. Yeah. Oh yeah. Apparently, what did it? I know there's one that caught me. Oh yeah. Oda Nobunaga. Great. No, I'm forgetting his name. Nobunaga. Oda Nobunaga. The guy who almost conquered all Japan.
He
was
did.
Yeah. He
died,
did.
but he did.
But then he got assassinated. But like, he did take over all of Japan. But yeah, apparently he's a scoundrel. I mean, like, I think the term you're looking for probably like more like I wouldn't use the term scoundrel. Probably more like I don't think war criminals.
Guile hero.
But I don't think he's a hero either. He's absolutely not a hero. I
You know
mean, in
what
a lot of media, he's depicted kind of like a demon because, like, he was very much willing to do whatever it took.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
to
there's
win.
an actual reason. One of his. Yeah, there's an actual reason for that. One of his rivals was a Buddhist, and the guy basically said, "The gods are on my side." So what Nobunaga told him is, "Oh, he actually said, I represent the gods. I am the gods in this case." And Nobunaga basically said, "Oh, you're the gods. Then I'm a demon." And the rest is history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm thinking Tumblr blog called Your Fave is a Scoundrel. This lists every character from media.
God, I can't believe
Mario,
Yoda.
for the resourceful plumber from Donkey Kong and many Mario Brothers games, is a scoundrel.
The fact that it's not even
And a
Super Mario
scoundrel
Brothers.
pride flag.
God, I can't believe Goomba. Every Goomba is a scoundrel. I can't believe Luigi's gay boyfriend from Superstar Saga is a scoundrel.
Like Prince Bean or something.
Yeah, Prince
He-
Peasley.
It's Beasley, that was it.
Yeah.
I think it's Bean.
I mean, it's the Bean Kingdom,
Yeah, that's probably why.
which I did enjoy the fact that you can make coffee that boosts your stats in that game.
Princess Peach is a scoundrel. Wario is a. Oh wait, that's just true.
That is true. No, what? Great. Now that you said Princess Peach is a scoundrel, I just remember the Mario plus Rabbids, like, tactical turn-based, like, shooter RPG game. Like XCOM, like Baby's first XCOM game. I actually played through it, and honestly, it's pretty fun. But also, it's pretty great just seeing, like, Princess Peach basically was a paladin in that, like, she had a shotgun with a big, wide AOE blast attack. She can do a move that would, like, alright, you can jump off of your teammates to, like, get move further and whatnot in that game. That's just something like all the main character, like all your characters can do. But for Peach, whenever she'd land from doing a jump like that, she would heal like people in like the area around here, which is a weird tactical thing of trying to set that up so that you can keep jumping off your friends to get free healing. But like she had a whole bunch of different things like that. It was pretty great. Of just like Princess Peach as a paladin. Oh, there's also Rabbid Mario, which I know a lot of people hated most of the Rabbid characters, which fair. But like Rabbid Mario was great because he was very melee focused. So you can just like he's basically a berserker almost. It was very God, that's such a weird game. But like for what it was, like, is actually really interesting. Also, I've let a kitty back into the room. I wonder if you all can hear her meows.
Yeah, I can.
Oh. Hey, kitty cat. She's now jumped onto my desk.
Ew, it's cold.
It's called? Oh yeah, it seems to be getting really cold really quickly. Like, I thought, I forgot that it's, still technically, like, yeah, oh yeah, it's about to be
It's
winters.
Christmas season.
Christmas season, a month early. Which, God, that reminds me of something I saw on Twitter of like, the war on Christmas cannot end until Christmas stops its illegal occupation of November.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you've got like Thanksgiving or something here.
Oh yeah, in the
It's on top of
U.S.
that because we have nothing to be thankful for.
God, I mean, we also don't have. I mean, it's kind of messed up of just like, oh, we're gonna make a holiday about when we started effectively like fucking over Native Americans, even more.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you the most celebrated holiday in the entire world is like almost every country that was previously part of the British Empire has a holiday celebrating the day they finally got out.
Sounds
Yeah.
fair.
And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, sure, that makes sense. Like, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, because like there's a lot of tradition of like oh, spending time with family and eating, but like the fact that it's specifically in reference and thanks of just like screwing up like of colonization and what have you. I'm too tired and haven't eaten anything. So yeah, you know what I'm getting at. Yeah, it's a
Jeez,
thing.
go eat something.
I should, but well, yeah, I should
eat
soon.
something too.
Oh no,
Yeah.
half
But I'll
half the
get into it.
co-host.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I'll go eat something. But yeah, no, Thanksgiving is a weird thing, and I know there's been some protests about it, or like, and I think I forgot what city it was, but they actually changed the name to be more in reference of like honoring Native Americans and whatnot. Which I'll find that more
Yeah,
later.
it's a
I'll
start,
check. It's a
you know?
start. It's a start.
I don't
But-
like. Obviously, we don't have Thanksgiving over here. We just have Black Friday.
God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why we decided to import the like hell capitalism holiday.
Yeah, but I'll.
We are.
Yep. Not. I'm gonna mute myself, but talk to y'all later after food.
Enjoy your
Hopefully.
food.
Yeah, I'm going to get a drink actually.
No.
I'll be a
So
second.
Does that leave? I don't even know if Andy is still here. Yeah. Well, if you're watching us on the VOD, or as a video, I suppose, then This is an intermission. You can probably skip it. This is just me, and I don't have a lot to say right now because I haven't slept in like 2 days. I have,
Okay,
but
back.
not enough. Oh, good. I can stop talking. A can of something?
Yeah, strawberry soda.
Nice.
Ted just breathe it in.
I think in my fridge right now I've just got Pepsi Max, but only like the lime flavored one and the cherry one.
Hmm.
Because I don't have any raspberry, and that's the best of them. You know?
Hmm.
Like it tastes so artificial, but it's good.
Do you guys mind a video game plug?
Which,
Talk about anything, we don't care.
Okay, we were discussing quote unquote scoundrels, and what that reminds me is there's a video game right now called Hero U, just the letter U, and it's sort of a spin-off of the Quest for Glory games, but they're trying to make it a series, but it's kind of rocky. But the first game's actually pretty good. It is about a thief who was caught, but the headmaster for the hero of, well, not the headmaster, but basically a professor for the hero school calls him in, and what he's doing is he's teaching people how to be rogues. That is, a hero tricky person. And one of the big deals he always talks about in the game is how there is a difference between a rogue and a thief. And I thought that was rather clever.
hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Also, Scoundrel is a class in KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, the Star Wars RPG by BioWare.
Oh yeah, of course.
Scoundrel Mario is a thing, and specifically in Thousand Year Doors, where you can pick all the jerk options. Which really only exists
Oh.
to be funny.
Okay, I will admit that is the closest.
So I'm looking at Hero U right now, and it's like a point-and-click adventure kind of thing.
RPG.
This is
Hybrid.
point-and-click adventure RPG. Retro choices matter and indie on Steam's description. Which is sure.
I do
Kind
want
of.
to Quest for Glory for this channel.
Oh yeah, I love Quest for Glory.
Yeah, it's a fun series of games.
Quest for Glory is sort of a spin-off from King's Quest, except you can kill things and gain levels and stuff. And no, King's Quest 8, that was just crap.
We don't talk about King's Quest 8.
But no, yeah. Quest for Glory was one of those games where you could transfer your save from one game to the next, and you could go all the way to 5. And there's stuff you did in previous games that would affect later games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
I didn't have too many of those games as a kid. I think the only one that really had that kind of old save bonus was the Eye of the Beholder series. And even then,
We've discussed that game.
yeah,
Hmm.
we've discussed it in great depth because I won't shut up about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, before I was going to do this game, I was considering doing Baldur's Gate for today.
Yep. Just 200 episodes of Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, that was
I'm gonna get into that eventually. Once I finish Wrath of the Righteous, I think I'll get started. on
Yeah,
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate 1, like, looking at it now, it doesn't seem anything special, but for the time, like, that was groundbreaking in so many ways.
Oh yeah.
Baldur's Gate 2, on the other hand, is still, like, a solid game. It's just, you know, Baldur's Gate is pretty basic if you're not, like, running mods to give the NPCs actual lines to say.
Mhm.
Depends on the
There are a
mod.
lot- There are a lot of fan mods that, you know, add
Yes, there
some
are.
pretty good ones that add characterization to everyone, and also a lot of bad ones, so you know, watch out for them.
There is this one. It's
No.
not. She's not even a main character, but it adds this woman, who is. Well, they like to. Who is? Wait for it. Elminster's daughter,
Oh,
And-
this one,
and she basically sleeps with every single companion.
is that Saralith or Sandra? It's one of those.
Sandra.
That was it. Because I know one of them is like she's a paladin who looks like who looks
Victoria's
like she's
Secret
younger than
model.
you, but it's really 10,000 years old, and this is complete train wreck.
Yes,
Worse.
but here's. If you
Sandra
look at how it's
mod is
programmed, it's
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, it has. Whoever programmed this
Yeah, they
was a
add, like,
genius.
new
They just have
bosses and stuff.
absolutely.
It is.
They just have
wild
absolutely
because
horrid
of-
taste.
Apparently, like,
Yeah.
if you have certain other mods, that character will interact with those modded characters.
Yeah, it'll interact
Yes.
with his characters only to tell them to shut up and how great they are. No, not quite, but a lot of it is them like hijacking other modders' content without their permission, which made a lot of them angry.
I
Just
saw-
generally, it's like if your mod interacts with someone else's mod, you at least give a courtesy thing saying, "Hey, I'm doing this." Like if you make changes to it, you know, or if you just don't want to recommend it with your mods, that's your own business. But they just straight up kept putting in interactions with mods where the modders had explicitly said, "Hey, no, cut that out."
Yep.
I made that risotto earlier with like just normal rice because I don't have any risotto rice, but it's still so good that I kind of want to go and eat more of it now.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask the scary question now. What mods do you recommend for Baldur's Gate?
That's a really like tough question because there are so many of them, and I'm not actually up on what ones work properly with the current version of it.
Oh, I
So I
should buy
kind of
one
haven't
of these.
really replayed it in a couple of years. Let's see.
go.
I'm trying to think of any like memorably good ones, but honestly I can't right now, so like I said, I'm trying to remember the name of there was one like mega mod that actually added Baldur's Gate 2 style character interactions to the party in Baldur's Gate 1. But I can't remember what it's called, and the writing quality in it is wildly variable because different modders handled each character. And some of them just gone wildly off character from what we see of them already. Oh well.
Slimes. Nice, Mary reached level 4.
Nice.
I'm
What
still-
everyone recommends, it looks like, is the big world mod, which lets you fit in
Big
smaller
World
mods.
is... That's not one mod, that's every mod, basically.
Yes.
Of wildly different quality. I thought that it didn't actually work for the current version of Baldur's Gate, but I suppose maybe they have made it work with Extended Edition by now.
I don't know. That's why I'm bringing this up.
It's basically a bunch of popular mods mulched into one, but not all of them are necessarily good mods, so you know, I think you can toggle off some of them. It's...
Oh, horny hair.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go get some drink in a moment, just for a couple of minutes. I'm finding it hard to concentrate right now.
Such is the way of things. Well, she's sleeping. Okay, clothes. Who gets the clothes? Who has less defense? Oh, she already has. Okay, I guess Katie's the only one without Traveler's clothes. How is the thief the most defensive character?
If you don't get hit, you don't get damage.
I guess. Now we're in a dungeon. You could have gotten to this dungeon earlier through that. So there was like a small clearing near the town we were just in. That also contained an entrance to the dungeon. Anteater and frog gore. Well, we're not ants, so. Oh, we can hit ourselves. If I press left on this menu. Or right. Huh.
Fun fact. The reason dungeons are called dungeons is way back in the module created by Gary Gygax called the Keep on the Borderlands, where what you invade the keep, so to speak, through the dungeon, and there were monsters in it. So that's why anytime there was a tower, a castle, a hole in the ground, a cave filled with monsters, people after that would call it a dungeon.
Huh. I guess that makes sense, because Keep on the Borderlands was like the original D&D.
1979.
Yep.
Keep on the Borderlands sounds like a metal song.
It does!
Keep calm and carry on posters, but it's Keep on the Borderlands.
It sounds like a song in the heavy mithril category.
It's a thing. Oh boy. Surrounded by haze of illusion is essentially the blind status.
But anyways, I've encountered something rather funny to me. And also regarding dungeons, what I've seen is now whenever people refer to in adventure stories or modules, refer to an actual dungeon, like a jail underneath a castle, they use the old-timey spelling donjon, Donjon.
I love these frogs. It's like their animation is cute.
You can just call it a jail, or even the old spelling of jail that looks like it's spelled
Gale.
goal.
Yeah, like goal, but with the letters switched around. Not too.
It looks like you pronounce it like Higaro or something. But don't do that. Not if you're a kid who's only ever seen the word in books. People will laugh.
Also, Gianna got a crit, but considering the high luck stat, that's not surprising.
So, have we defeated the Dark Lord yet?
Not even started.
Yes, this is just us going around the villages at the end of the game, having everyone praise us.
Nice. So, which one of our characters is a scoundrel? Or is or all of them scoundrels?
Scoundrel cleric.
God,
Well,
that could actually be
considering how
fun.
our main character is, quote, a sexy boy-loving vamp, end quote. There is an argument there.
God, great. Now I'm just thinking of a character concept of what if there was some sort of magic cleric deal, but like they actually started off as like a fraud. Like they didn't actually worship the god they claimed they did, but but through a series of misadventures, they actually started believing into God. But like they're still kind of like
You know, that
anti-hero
sounds like it
tendencies.
must have been done at some point. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there,
or maybe
There's
just
that's even a,
plot, something like
that's called-
that. You know,
becoming the mask.
smoking.
Her.
Somebody stop me.
But yeah, no, actually, great. I'm also remembered of the Shadowrun manga that lasted like a single volume. Unfortunately, where like the main character would claim to be a wizard. Like everyone called him a wizard, but he never did any magic. He was just really good at like predicting how like he's always one step ahead of people, and would
Okay,
just
in
kind of like
fairness-
use that to like
In a-
pretend to be a wizard.
In absolute fairness, you just described Gandalf in the actual novel of Lord of the Rings.
I mean, Gandalf is literally an angel, though. Like,
Well, I know that, but my point is, he's a wizard. You don't ever see him casting spells. I mean, the movies added some light shows and stuff, but he never, and he talks about it. Oh, I tried every spell I know before the gates of Mordor or whatever, but
Oh,
he
yeah,
doesn't actually cast spells.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right, actually. God, that's. Huh.
In fact, you could say he's a scoundrel. I'm kidding.
Actually, with him, that kind of works out from like he's kind of this big weirdo who goes around like oh boy, I can't wait to go on some adventures with hobbits and get them in. Like, I mean, he doesn't purposely want to. I mean, okay, at least not with like, Bilbo, not Bilbo. What's his name?
Frodo?
Frodo. With Frodo, like that just kind of happened, and he's like, I haven't read the novels, but like, in the movie, he's like, well, fuck, I guess I had to take them. Like, they're involved, like, okay, Frodo's involved with this, and like, who's that in the bushes? Well, fuck, I guess Sam is involved in this, and then like, oh no,
No way.
who's that in the bushes? Just a gaggle of.
Okay, Merry and Pippin, you're also press ganged into
You remember when one of them, I don't remember, Merry or Pippin, dropped that skull into the well in
Fool.
Mordor? Not Mordor.
Pippin.
Not Mordor.
'Cause it's
In,
Peregrine.
yeah, the Mines of Moria. And
Yeah.
you fool of a toot. Do you know what this means? Do you know what that insult means? It
No.
means Gandalf has been listening very intently to Bilbo telling him about the politics of the Shire, and he's memorized all that stuff.
Damn. Pretty impressive for a man who's smoking like that good
He's
kind.
smoking so much pipe weed.
that good hobbit herb. Which, by the way, why do they smoke so much in Lord of the Rings?
Because that was because Tolkien was a gentleman who believed in country values, and smoking was very much a sign of that.
Ah,
Then they're like so stressed out that they nearly got killed again. They just need something, man. Lay off
Yeah.
them.
yeah. I mean, the hobbits, they normally smoke just because they already eat a lot already. What's a little bit of munchies gonna do?
Also, I probably should not give the sword to the person who goofs off the most.
chaos run. you give the most powerful blade to the goof off, and then
You haven't even had second 420?
God, uh, God, second 420. What would that even? Just AM, PM?
There are there are two 420s in a day, so, you know. I was about to say there were four 420s in a
Kitty
day, that's
steals
like
the litter
time
hat.
shared.
Yeah.
How did you get that litter hat? Kitty?
Yay. You'd be surprised at what a slime eats. If you're quick enough, you can get it before it, dissolves into slime goo.
Oops.
Is Mary wearing the leather hat on top of the priest hat?
Yes.
Or- Beautiful.
Frog.
I love the cute animation.
Also, Kitty, you are our most defensive character. No, you just got a crit.
Oh, tight.
Alright.
Yay. Nice. And you learned to heal.
I learned Blaze earlier.
Yeah. But heal's always good to learn in this game. Just not dying is nice.
Yeah, there's just a guy running an inn in this dungeon.
Nothing suspicious there.
It's the dungeon.
God.
He wonders the dungeon is a vending machine.
Give me a second. I had to add in Isekai. Make up a light novel title. I got sent to a world where all dungeons have vending machines.
Babel. This is the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Actually, wait, are you making a joke about the Babbles or the vending machines? Because I haven't played the remake or Final Fantasy VII, so I don't know if they have vending machines in the dungeons or not.
In the remake, yeah.
Nice. God. Which, it's always interesting to think about, like, what is the healing items in the setting? Or, like, what exactly is health tracking? And, like, because you always get some weird stuff, depending on how abstracted it is. You know, like, in Final Fantasy 15, you're just drinking, like, normal, like sports drinks or energy drinks or whatever, but you're so magic that your body basically does alchemy to your, like, Red Bull or whatever to make it more potent, which is really interesting to think about. But then you get, like, weird stuff where it's like, uh, let's see, what I'm trying to think of. Oh yes, of what exactly a hit point is. Of like, I know in 5th edition D&D, like you can get temp hit points from a. I was about to call it a perk, but I've been playing Fallout 3. A feat where like basically you give a speech for 10 minutes, and you give everyone your like some amount of points or some amount of temporary hit points based on some number and also your charisma modifier.
Yeah, you just
Right?
get
Yeah, I
a
was gonna say
passive
there's hit
reputation
points and then there's
10 minutes.
temporary hit points.
And it's like what what all that means is is kind of weird if you like think about it. Of just like like okay, hear and good speech and give you temporary hit points, but like if you take like poison damage or something, that the really good vibes from that speech protect you from being harmed by poison.
Yeah, someone info dumps at you and you're like, okay, I understand that's something you want to talk about. Also, it's giving me 10 extra hit points that will protect me from poison.
It's
You know,
like
don't win
yeah,
then.
it gets like I know in the Fate, not Fate Stay Night, but just the Fate RPG system toolkit, whatever, like, and games based on that, like, you have stress, which is actually a bit really pretty abstracted, but it's kind of like you have stress and consequences. With stress being kind of like your plot armor. Just you can take a few points of stress and like nothing happens, but if you had to take a consequence, that represents like something more lasting. Like if because we're talking about fantasy, let's say an owl bear tries to like hit you, and it does only a few points of stress, and you're like, okay, I can just absorb that with like this stress, and like, oh, I barely get out the way, but if it hits you again but harder, and it's like, okay, if I want to stay in this fight, uh, depending on like how the tone of your game or whatever, it could be like you're staggered or potentially a broken arm or whatever. It's like, oof, you took something that's like more significant than just it was like a grazing hit or whatever, or it kind of
That,
depends.
that reminds me of the explanation of hit points in Uncharted series.
Yeah.
The writer, the writer of Uncharted said, "Oh, he's not really getting hit each of those times. What's happening is his luck is going down. So if his HP ever actually hits 0, that's when his luck gives out and he actually gets shot, or something like that."
Yeah, it's just like him being lucky until like his luck runs out and he actually gets shot and dies. Like he actually gets hit by a bullet, and like most people hit by bullets, he potentially dies. And also +6 agility. Hooray! Love being agile cat thief, or cat burglar, I guess is the term. But yeah, I found that really fun. Of just like, because Nathan Drake is a scoundrel in a lot of ways, and like him just being lucky and just not it's like the Uncharted series is very inspired by like action movies, action adventure movies. So like like the heroes in those, they can go through a whole gunfight and like just be grazed or like miss shots, while they go from cover to cover until like the named rival or whatever actually like gives them like a flesh wound or something, and then like, oh shit, that raises the tension. Which actually, now I think about it, there was a Stargate based a 5e hack. Is that the term, hack? No, yeah, it's like there's a Stargate RPG that's based off of D&D 5e, and that one, it's a bit like you start off with a lot more health, and it's actually pretty lenient in giving players like some resistance to damage types. like from character creation. Like it's um, like the rogue stand-in called the Scout. Like they just straight up at level 1 gain resistance to all environmental damage, including some some non-natural things such as traps. Right, and the reason for that is it's based off of Stargate, the television, Stargate SG-1, a TV show, and you're kind of scout slash ranger character in a TV show. They're the ones that get less bothered and bogged down by like the environment being rough. They're that's where they get to shine. So it's like that's why it gives you like resistance to like whatever damage, environmental damage types or whatever. And it like I feel like it put a lot of thought into like what HP represents, and I think there's even a line talking about like, oh, it's not supposed to represent like your actual like health more or less. It's like, or it goes about it in a way that like feels more genuine to like what it is supposed to represent. Like if you get below like half health, you get like, or no, it's like if you're
Holy shit!
oh
20
what block? Christ. But yeah, I can't remember right now. I don't want to look up the moment, but yeah, no, it's a really good like hack. No, hack the term I want to say. I mean, there are RPG hacks, but yeah, it's a really good RPG. I'll just say that. It's based off of 5e, but yeah, it does a lot of its own things to make it, to differentiate it from, base Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, to make it really special in my eyes, and to just do some really fun, cool things. Also, it's pretty funny seeing a gun in the D&D stat block, and the fact that you can just start the game with guns because, the Stargate program is funded by the United States military. So
you can start the game with P90s.
Yeah, P90s with like different add-ons that have mechanical effects, like reflex sights where those help you if you don't move, like if you stay still and fire at like a target with like single shot or something like that, because there's different firing modes, of course. Not of course, but like you get like advantage to that attack because you're aiming down your sight, and like oh, that's cool. Also, great, not also, but yeah, no, it does some really cool stuff, and it's like, oh, this is actually tight. And there was a game that might have at one point happened, but like there's a lot happening, especially in my life during the time when it was about to be set up. So like it ended up not happening, and that's where I learned about the Stargate RPG. But like, I kind of want to like play that sometime. It honestly seems cool with like what all you can do. Not all you do, but like, well, yeah, what it's about and like how it goes about, changing 5e to suit its purposes.
Okay. Can't believe we're being attacked by dancing cat
Eater. It took me a second to realize.
To realize I'm thinking about an anteater.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about the song. I was like, oh wait, no, I remember this one now.
Yeah, it's I think Holland Oates, Maneater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Song. Oh, lots of people don't cover the song though.
Okay.
Technobabbles expression is so simple, but it's cute.
Yeah. God, that 20 luck is coming in handy.
Nice. Not. I I said I wasn't gonna open the PDF, but just one thing I want to point out about that Stargate RPG is that one fun thing is that there's class, the engineer, no, the scientists. I'm trying to remember which one I'm specifically thinking of. Yes, the scientists have some of my favorite, like, feat in there because where is it? Discoveries. Yes, they. Oh no, Eureka. Um, whenever you fail an intelligence or wisdom. Oh. No.
I'm not gonna read any of those books. I am not changing my stat gains.
Yeah. You give it to the bag. That's funny. But oh yeah, it's the Eureka thing though. It's like if you fail an intelligence or wisdom check during a mission, you gain an Eureka point, and you can have it max up to your intelligence or wisdom modifier, whatever's higher, and you can use those in like various feats you can pick up later. Like one of my favorite ones was like, I need to find the name of it. It's actually really funny. Oh yes. Now here's what it's called. You can like reading it. I was like, oh yeah, I can absolutely see this in the TV show where it's called a moment's thought, where whenever you take a short rest or long rest, you may spend a Eureka point to re-roll an intelligence or wisdom skill check to learn information that you failed since your last rest. So it's just like basically going to sleep and then like waking up like, oh wait, like now I know why the whatever technobabble didn't do what we thought or whatever. And it's just such a cute little. That's such a very flavorful way of like, or very flavorful like feat slash mechanic. And also, Mary leveled up.
Mary learned speed up.
Oh, what does speed up do? I don't remember that one.
It does all the time. All the time.
Temporary raises agility.
Oh yeah.
Horny
God,
hair.
I forgot they were called horny hair.
Alright. Now we got the key. We can get other stuff.
Nice.
Alright, we got first turn.
You just came across like an entire party worth of monsters here. Like they had as much class variety as we do.
Yeah.
Well, otherwise, I've posted a couple of new isekais, both, well, 3 of them that are vaguely on the same subject, but are not meant to all be in the same universe. Or are they?
Mm. God. Great. Now I'm thinking about HP, and I just remembered a Tomb of Annihilation trick thing where it's like you see a weird shadow duplicate of a person and do like a puzzle of like moving them around to get to something. And but if any of your party members looks into the face of the shadow duplicate, then their hit points become 0. Just their whole like it's not an attack or anything. If they it's like failing a save as well, but like your hit points become 0 on a failure.
Yeah.
And that was like just the worst thing ever because it's like, if they wanted to be like, oh, this thing's mad spooky and fucked up to look at, just do some damage at least. And then also,
Like,
your
hit points
characters.
become 1 would be enough. If you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, but it's like 0, and then it's like, oh, wooden helmet, hooray! But also, sorry, just wooden helmet sounds funny. I'll call it agility seed, but yeah, no, it's just the fact that it reduces your hit points to just 0 on a failure is just the worst. Like, just do some damage, and then like, oh, your character's incapacitated for like an hour or something, like, because in role playing you can like fast forward through an hour or like potentially take a short rest. Oh, maybe something spooks you and it attacks or whatever. There's something there, but it's like it's at least it's not taking up all the resources needed to heal back up to the full or whatever, because like our characters are what are they? Oh yes, they are like, we kind of have a time limit in our narrative of like, oh, there's someone that if we don't stop this horrible death curse, they will just beef it because they got revived from the dead and now they're just slowly withering away and like barely anything can do, or they were slowly withering away like months ago. A nice level up. Hey. Loving that agility.
More powerful.
Yes. But yeah, it's like our characters actually have a time limit, so we're not just gonna do a full rest every time something comes up to us, which makes the game more dynamic, honestly.
You're not
But
meant to full rest every time Gary Gygax decides to kill one of your party members for no reason.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
decides to make all of your paladins fall for no actual like in-game reason.
Wait, what? That
Oh,
is
there's a
that
whole
thing?
of paladins in first edition D&D, well, strictly speaking, all paladins could fall if they didn't act in accordance with a strict set of rules. In first edition, that was they had to be lawful good. They had to follow it exactly, and that led to the stereotype of the lawful stupid paladin who has to follow every single law to the letter, otherwise they will lose all of their powers forever and be worse than a regular fighter. And for some reason, a lot of D&D First Edition adventure modules just randomly made all of your paladins fall if you didn't do something exactly as the offer intended. And it's like, oh, you're being punished because you're not being lawful good, and it's usually like you could really argue against this kind of thing. It's like, well,
Okay.
technically I am doing the right thing here. And it's nope, you're not being exactly lawful. Also in first edition, rangers could fall.
Oh yeah, because they're supposed to be Aragon.
Yeah. And again, you just lose all of your class features and become a worse fighter. Ah, yeah.
But
The later editions are less strict on that.
oh yeah, definitely.
Leave it more open to like role-playing interpretation, and in some cases let you act according to a different alignment. Like you don't lose your skills, but you might become like an evil, like anti-paladin who now has full evil laws. And it's like, sure,
Evil
okay,
laws.
it's like a role-playing opportunity.
Yeah. It's just also evil laws. You
Yeah.
must steal candy from children.
Anti-paladins or blackguards, spelled blackguard, are a whole weird thing in themselves, and a lot of people kind of hate them because they are like the stupid evil stereotype, basically. The same way paladins are awful stupid. Which is to say, only in the hands of incredibly bad DMs.
Yeah, goodness.
Be a second.
Alright.
Huh?
But yeah, no, I'm still thinking about that. Just your HP comes zero. I mean, like, just have, you know what? Just use your statuses like incapacitated. Just like, oh, your character's incapacitated for like half an hour. Like, that's also
Yeah,
kind
and
of
then it's
scary.
like, oh, we have to like guard them in case any monsters come back.
Yeah, and it,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
a
and
whole
also,
tense moment instead of just, oh, their hit points are zero, I guess. They're probably
Yeah.
just dead at this point.
yeah, and also, it's like with the power of roleplay, you know, you can fast forward through time at your leisure and just like, you know, okay, while you're guarded, you know, the person, you know, DM makes a quick random like roll or like random encounter roll or something like that. Like, ah, this comes up or whatever, you know, so that
Yeah,
it's
or
not,
like you rest whilst you're waiting and you have like nightmares relevant to the plot or something, but there is no plot because it's Tomb of Horrors and everything exists to hurt you.
oh, I'm talking about Tomb of Annihilation, but
Or Tomb
that
of
is
Annihilation, yeah.
inspired by Tomb of
Ah,
Horrors. Which, God, Tomb of Annihilation, like, there's some things that I do enjoy about it. There are some ideas of the plot that I do enjoy about it. But that said, I do hate the fantasy, not Africa, not all jungles. Especially since, like, you know, there's like a whole bunch of jungle, you know, in like over the. Actually, it's not even a continent, it's a peninsula. Because everything's a weird. Everything indeed. Everything that's not part of the Sword Coast or whatever has to be its own like thing that's like isolated from everything else because you can't have these cultures mixing too much or anything. But also, it's just kind of weird that like not Africa in, you know, Forgotten Realms or Faerun or whatever isn't actually its own continent or anything. It's like just a peninsula. Like, huh? Like, you can
The
make
entire
continents,
continent of Africa is just a small island.
I guess. Yeah. But yeah, it's just it's not great. And also the fact that like several, like, I know that like one of the gods in like this ancient city that we had to get to is like its name is inspired by I forget it at the moment, but like the language that the Maya would speak and whatnot. And it's like, oh, huh. So you're just gonna throw that in this, you know, kind of vaguely African setting that you just you just gotta mix that, just those incredibly
South
geographically
America, Africa, close
Yeah.
enough.
close enough.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some fun things, like there's fucking dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are fun, which also is another weird thing because I know that is a very contestable statement of dinosaurs being fun in your fantasy game. Because I know there's people who are like, who only want strictly, your elves, your demons or whatever magical things, but then they see like a dinosaur and like, no. But then again,
And they're
early
like, oh yeah,
D&D kind
this
of mixed
breaks my
everything together.
suspension of disbelief. Should stick to all the magical elves.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like early D&D, there's modules for like, oh hey, here's a crashed alien ship, or like whatever, and it's like, okay, and here's dinosaurs and aliens, just all mixed together. Do you want Dracula as well? We got a Dracula. I mean, what's his Strahd? I mean, Strahd looks like the art. All the art for Strahd looks like the art for like Alucard before Alucard
Um,
became like sexy.
So funny thing about that, uh, you're kind of right. Castlevania kind of took some art from one of the D&D modules.
Before they decided, like, hey, we need to make Alucard sexy.
Yeah, before they made their own art.
We gotta make him look good. He has to look cool and dope. Not like this, not like this loser who just got out of bed and didn't touch up his hair or anything.
Okay, okay. Alright, forgot to sell the Tomboy book. Well, I'll sell it in the next town.
Okay, I said the early Alucard looks kind of like Dork, but that's nothing compared to Captain M. The literal worst.
Oh yeah, the Alucard is skater bro, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain M is an odd show. It's really wild seeing like all these early interpretations of Nintendo characters, both before like their lore got nailed down, and also when nobody actually really knew what lore they did have, so it's just made up.
Yeah.
So you get things like, yeah.
Death, aka Thanatos, in the Worlds of Power novel. Light novel, I say that, but yeah, whatever. Was a biker.
Sick.
Wearing a dog collar. A spiked dog collar.
Amazing.
Don't judge him.
No, I'm like, that's great. I wasn't expecting that.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah. Also, well,
Now, can you imagine, though, if that had influenced the games the same way the World of Power novel of Blaster Master influenced the later Blaster Master games?
God. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of plot points from the Worlds of Power booklet that literally got written into Blaster the games later.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Can't really save at this place, but... Oh, house. Wisdom.
Excuse me for a second.
That's the thief key.
It's the thief key. You're here to rob me. Stop right there, criminal scum.
Took the magic ball.
She who controls all controls it all.
Guess I have lowest wisdom. Any more antidote herbs? Oh, nice. Yep, that's what the hit whip does. Hits an entire group of enemies. Plus, This is a game that introduced whips. And Dragon Quest characters should have had whips in Smash. Or at least they should have just gone with Loto and have their main weapon the whip.
Ah.
Magicians.
Ah, so we're going against Rizha. I can't do the XOA. Rizha.
Oh, it casts Blaze.
I love their animation, and honestly, their sprites look really nice here. That said, I'm wondering if this port doesn't. Yeah. Okay, I have faith in this port not having the racist enemies or like respriting them to not be racist. Like I think the one the Game Boy one was like, oh hey, we should fix this and not have that. So I have faith that this port also follows like that.
Flying skull moths.
Yep.
Nice.
Hey! You love to see it. Oh, did he attack all
Yep.
three?
Whips
Oh, what do you
attack
have?
entire groups.
Yeah, they do. Nice.
Ah, dang it. Written about whips and boomerangs.
Oh.
Can strike multiple enemies at once. Multi-strike is really effective. Place the magic ball next to the wall.
So.
I was serious about it being a bomb.
Yep. So I can't believe though that James went balls to the wall.
Like I always
Sorry.
do.
Oh. Nice. I was like, I thought no one appreciated that joke for a second. Immediately ready to give up on it.
Sent this map to you. Hey, the world map.
Yay.
This is the world so far.
Yeah. Oh no, I just remembered the northern and the South America, and I know that at some point you meet like a Native American XP village. And I know in the NES version, like the only weapons you could buy from them really are like spears and like some other kind of weaker weapons, especially by the time you get there. And it's like,
Yeah. Like, I was gonna make a joke about how Izakaiing the entire continents of North and South America into the fantasy world. But that's probably just be, yeah.
Oh yeah, enemies call for help
yeah, they do.
in Dragon Quest games.
Yeah. Oh no, I just remembered was it Dragon Quest 2? That had like, yeah, that had zombies towards like a late game or end game dungeon that like, or if they're not exactly zombies, then like, you know, the color or palette swap of zombies where it's like they can call in more zombies, and it's just like, this is the worst. I hate this. Please
Yep.
stop calling in more zombies.
Yep.
Which, oddly enough, I know Minecraft actually has that now. Like, it's had it for a while now, but it's just...
I remember those. They were called something H. One moment. Yeah, I do. I know what you were talking about, though.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, time to defeat all these undead things at once. Or suffer.
Horks.
Orcs! Oh yeah!
Yes.
They have the worst name. Also, Almiragi.
Oh, gosh, they're finally called Almirage again.
Yeah. That's straight up a D&D thing, I know.
Yeah.
It may be inspired... I don't know if that one is inspired by, like, any actual mythology. But yeah, I know that enemy is straight up from D&D as a horned rabbit. I think it has psychic powers. Don't quote me on that.
Almirage is a mythical beast said to live on a mysterious island called Jazira al-Tamin. Sea serpent island.
Yeah, that's an Arabic.
Within,
That was an Arabic monster.
within the confines of the Indian Ocean. It takes the form of a rabbit with a unicorn-like horn or horns. According to legend, the beast was a gift given to Alexander the Great from the inhabitants of the island after he killed a large dragon that eats livestock. It's mentioned in
Was it?
Zachariah ibn Muhammad sorry, I don't know how to say this one. Al-Kazwini's marvels of things created and miraculous aspects of things that exist, often shortened to simply the wonders of creation.
Huh.
This
And
apparently
the
a real
advice.
It,
And the advice, supposedly, is if you're ever threatened by one, get the help of a witch.
thing.
Huh.
And
mean, that's
considering
good
how
advice in
strong,
general.
considering how strong Islam was around then, that's impressive.
well, I don't know if it was around originally when Islam was around.
Well, I mean, when it was
mean-
written.
True. I mean, but like the original idea of it, you know, might have been around a bit earlier, but just not like recorded or something. I'm not completely sure. Yeah.
It's like a mythological monster. See also Jackalope, Letus Cornutus, Warpertinger. and it's a kind of virus.
Huh.
Oh, I see. It's like a kind of like it's a virus that it leaves like a kind of horn like marking on rabbits. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, without even clicking it, the jackalope is the bunny with like antlers, and the wolf or tinger is a jackalope with wings. Is this a
Amazing.
winged bunny? Something?
Nice.
Oh yeah, the Squader. Squatter?
What?
Yeah, which is like
Whoa.
a fictional creature that was put together by a taxidermist.
Uh,
Who apparently like told a tall tale about it once, or someone told a tall tale about it being like a thing that they would make paintings of, and then eventually a taxidermist went, hey, I could actually make this animal by stitching two animals together. It's kind of horrible if you think about it.
yeah. Taxidermy sure can do some interesting things. And I guess it's weird when you make art with the remains of animals in certain ways. Like I remember seeing a show actually where someone did an exploded view of like a cat skeleton where it's kind of like the part, imagine a cat skeleton or whatever you imagine the cat skeleton be. Not of course, I know I don't know exactly what a cat skeleton looks like at a drop of a hat. But imagine like the parts kind of like connected together but not exactly like fully connected. Like some parts are like further out from others. And it was a very interesting view at least. But yeah, that is just feels kind of weird, especially since in the show they're trying to make, someone asked them to do some taxidermy of like their late cat, and I remember them not really appreciating the kind of quote unquote exploded view of the cat. I was like, oh no, you. But yeah, it gets weird when you're doing art with like animal remains sometimes, or and specifically what kinds of animals they are. No, anyone else have something else to talk about before I keep talking about like
Yeah, this
art and animal
is
remains?
like
Because now that I talk about it, I'm like, I regret
it's
this.
weird enough when you're like doing it with wild animals, but, like it's a kind of okay, you've already killed them for meat, you know. It's honestly probably more respectful to, use the whole animal for something. But when it's beloved, pets, it suddenly becomes weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Um. Uh.
Yes.
So, the Dragon
Watching-
Quest.
No? Sure.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
It.
I was going
What
to
were you gonna say?
something about like watching the BB Gun show playthrough of Deathloop really makes me want to actually like play it and get ahead of them in the plot, but I know I'm
Hard,
not going
hard.
to be able to do that because I don't have a computer that can run it. And by the time I do, we'll probably have finished the game.
Yeah.
Hey, it gives us a lot of attack.
Oh,
Like,
tight.
it's just
However,
interesting, isn't it?
It makes us worldly instead of sexy now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
As long as
Can't
we have
have-
it equipped.
I guess give it. What does world? God, this game and the fact that there's optimal personalities is so weird.
fact that wearing it changes your personality is concerning.
Yeah. I mean, something.
Arthur?
Magic
Fire
items.
Bobby. Ooh,
Bobby.
terrier.
Bobby. I'm in a Discord with someone named Bobby. And she...
I mean, it's not that rare a name.
Damn it,
says-
Bobby!
Oh yeah.
Hank does not say damn it, Bobby.
Oh yeah. Pawnette on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Tight. Like yeah. Brain words. I can say those somehow. Actually, I was gonna say super lesbian animal RPG, and I hope
Oh,
that
yeah,
goes well.
Flower Pitch.
Yeah, just that very big title, unless you just use an acronym.
It's easy to type, not easy to say.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, she
Smart.
does other stuff and is just generally good. So
Yeah. Oh, the gambling place. Yeah.
One
perfect-
of the gambling places.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds familiar now that I think about it. I kind of forgot how many there were in 3. I just remember very actively using save stating for like the medallions or tokens. Like, if this is the one I think it is.
No, I'm not betting right now.
Actually, it might have been Dragon Quest 4. Yeah, because I remember
Oh.
that one where you get the not the monster, like the slime tokens or whatever. Like you had to give
Yeah.
money to get the tokens,
Monster medals?
monster medals or whatever. It's probably changed from a different like release of the game or whatever. So
Wow, this
yeah, I think it
country's
might be monster
king.
medal.
This country's king sounds like an asshole if he's not helping foreigners. He hates people helping foreigners.
Wow.
The-
Whack. Smart.
ooh, smart book.
No, can other
It's in the
characters
bag.
use use the books? Like, can
Yes.
okay. Interesting.
But I'm not going through randomizing your personalities again.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wouldn't be randomizing, but then again, it's just we don't know what each one does. So time to look up the personalities.
I've got a guide right here.
Oh, nice, but I'm also looking at, I'm trying to find the wiki to see if it like mentions it. Oh yeah, it's something I forgot about. I'm not sure exactly if this is also in this version, but apparently you can actually change your party's marching order so that to affect who gets attacked more or whatnot.
Yeah, all of these games have the oh well, our royalty are wise and just, and we've got like dancing crab gifts lined up. just in case something happens to the queen.
Yeah, it's great. I can't wait until she kicks a bucket.
In Minecraft. Nah, for real though.
Yeah, for real.
If you're watching this in the future and she's already dead, good.
Yep. Yay.
You might be asking, how would I know to search there? The thief actually gets an ability to, like, detect treasure.
Nice.
Yep. Here's Kitty Cat Herder just, prowling about going, I smell gold. Like calling at the ground and digging it up. Or I guess it's herbs or something. Which makes more sense for a cat, really.
Yeah.
I'm honestly
Awesome.
surprised no cats wandered into my garden this out of popular to my plants. There's enough of them around here.
Gosh. Also, I just now noticed the Captain N a la cards in the general chat. Thanks,
I just
Andy.
can't- Sorry, I just can't get over the fact like we've got like our actual party members, and then we've got the like bunny girl. at the
Oh,
back.
you bastard.
Bunny Girl's great. She's a valued member of the team.
Yeah, we just brought like lunch from Dragon Ball with us.
Yep. Watch as, eventually she becomes a sage chosen by God.
I should
Which-
have just said, "Hey, no, make me the bunny girl." Because if we were going to have one anyway, then might as well.
You found the cheater's guide.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Did they give us the
Oh,
Konami
kills
code?
person.
Hmm.
Yeah. But if you'd done that, you would have had an excuse to get me. Like, you'd have given me an excuse to draw my persona in a bunny girl outfit more often. Just like ironic and funny because she doesn't really need it. She's already got 8 years into it.
Yeah, true.
And then it just looks like he's wearing a weird swimsuit. Like, I have drawn her like that, I think, once.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that in one of the channels in this server, actually.
Yeah. Probably not the weirdest thing that I've drawn, but sure.
Damn. Yeah, telling us we can cure paralysis with a full moon herb. Full of wonderful people. Telling us our XP requirements. And legacy.
Apparently, I just, from the wiki I'm looking up, apparently there's actually a guide you can get to get the, sexy personality And apparently it's a garter belt.
Yep. That's the next prize of small medals.
Um,
There is the naughty books, but those are like post game.
God.
Imagine reading a book and it just completely changes your personality. And like you have to be careful not to pick those up.
God. Yeah.
It's like, oh great, now I'm smart.
Smart. God. Like all beans. Guess I'm a tomboy now.
That's almost an isekai title right there. Oh beans, I guess I'm a tomboy now.
Yeah.
You run my isekai.
Oh, fuck, I did not mean to do that.
Oh no. God, imagine suddenly having a flashback to when you were younger. And your dad going to his epic adventure.
Dad abandoning you.
And yeah, abandoning you for years.
Over a decade.
Yeah, fuck. Just act. God, just. I mean. Yeah, no, trauma's like that sometimes. You just like doing something and like, well, your brain's like, well, time to suffer. Like, have a good one. It's time to feel pain, and it's like, oh, cool. I didn't want this. I was trying to do something else. And you just gotta go through it, I guess.
Okay.
Also, looking through the personalities, yeah, no, it's like, it is really wild how there is the optimized personality of Vamp. Because it's like, um, your stats are strength, agility, resilience, wisdom, luck. In that order, you get 110% strength, 120% agility, resilience is 105 than what it would normally be. Wisdom would be, or intelligence would be 115, and luck would be 120% more than it would be, and your total stat gains would be plus 70%. There's, oh god, there's one that is just the worst. Mule, or Stubborn, depending on what version of the game you're playing as, and you get a total of negative 90% stat gains. Like, the one positive one you have, or you actually gain, is resilience, where you get 120, but like everything else gets severely reduced. Your agility goes down to 60% of what it would be. Same with wisdom. It's just the personality where you suffer.
Personality where you don't gain anything.
Oh, what now?
A personality where you don't gain anything.
Is there one? Oh, there is. It's yeah, contrarian. Huh. Or twisted, because its total value is +0, but things get traded off. Your strength is 70%, would be agility is 120, resilience it would be 70%, wisdom is 110, and luck is 130, and it just the total amount is +0.
That's you, kitty.
Yep. Being twisted gives you really nice agility, which is actually really good for a thief. And pretty decent wisdom, which is pretty alright, actually.
I hear that you live in a society.
And you also live in a society. God, I both love and hate the Joker. We live in a society thing, because it's, for one, it's exhausting, but two, it's very easy to laugh about and meme on, to be honest.
Time to level grind some more.
Oh boy. Yeah, unfortunately.
Rogue Knight. Eat whip.
Yeah, I'm doing that thing again where I add emotes just for a joke. And never use them again.
The round memo is really good.
Oh, Jesus.
Ugh. I forgot, yeah, these guys can hit pretty hard. Oh, and also I appreciate the fact that it tells you it heals 30% of your health.
30 points of health.
Oh, 30 points health, my bad. It looked like 30%. Oh yeah, approximately 30 health. Yeah.
The offended Chocobo from Final Fantasy 15 doesn't look quite right as a small emote.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Tails get trolled still great.
Healer. Oh, fuck.
Oh.
You know what? How about I set you on fire? You fuck.
Nice. Fuck.
Oh, you whore.
Hey. Hey now, don't say that. Oof. That's a bad thing, but also, yeah, no, that sucks ass. They can just keep calling in healers specifically.
I'm gonna choke this guy to death.
Damn.
I did not meant to aim for him. What the fuck? Hey, this sucks. Let's run. Or not.
Yeah. Oh no.
This
Arp.
increasingly sucks.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's why we have to level grind.
God. Yeah. Hmm. I'm almost wondering if we, like... Oh, no, it hurts to say, but a part of me was wondering, like, should we replace a character with start leveling a mage or something.
Oh
get
no,
rid
this
of-
is our endgame team.
Alright then. If that's how it is, then I'm cool with that.
I
The
mean,
only
I
real-
guess.
I mean, we can turn people into sages if we really need to. And we will.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sages are... I never actually use a sage, but like, knowing how powerful magic is overall in Dragon Quest, I bet they're incredibly powerful.
Yeah, everything's just hitting hard. I'm getting sleepy.
Well, no, the stream normally ends within like about 15 minutes from now. If you want to end earlier or something like that, I think no one would like mind. You know, if you want to get some shut eye or anything.
Yeah, we had, like, the UK has British, sorry, the UK has daylight savings time a week before you do. Sorry if I'm, like, over enunciating these, I'm actually struggling with words at the moment. And I've not actually quite adjusted it because I've been on a really annoying schedule with my parents in town, so I am still incredibly tired.
Yeah, let's
It's
just.
not even 1 o'clock. It's not even midnight here, and I'm probably just gonna leave and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're probably just gonna. Let's just. Yeah, let's just end it early for today. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, so let's continue, but yeah.
I can grind off screen.
Alright. Yeah, this has been fun hanging out with all you scoundrels.
All you scoundrels out there.
Scallywags.
Scoundrels and scallywags.
If you're watching this video or this stream, I want you to know you are now a scoundrel. We have given you that power.
That's now your class.
That's not your class.
Alright.